All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you are having an amazing morning. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible day. Actually, an incredible weekend. Hopefully, you guys had an incredible weekend. Good morning, my friend. This is John. For everybody that doesn't know, John, good morning. How are you today?
Carlos, how's it going?
Good, very good. As you guys know, Peter, our good buddy Peter's on vacation, and John is going to be covering while he is away, man. So good to have you this morning. All right, friends. Again, hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Quick look at our gappers list today. We got it's a massive list. I'm just gonna refresh it. Usually when I see so much on here, I think something is wrong, but no, that is what the list is. So it's massive on both sides, green and red this morning, and we'll do our best to dive into and cover the majority of the tickers that are on here. I see some of the usual suspects making their way on the gappers list this morning. We'll dive in and see how can we find something in play this morning. All right, John. Before we do that, U.S. economic calendar. What do we have going on for today?
A couple things. Yeah, we got flash PMI coming out at 9:45, which I believe is like a week late, a week or two, if I understand how flash PMI works. I thought it comes out mid-month or like kind of the week after. But it's coming out this morning. Then we have ISM manufacturing, which is kind of like a subset of PMI. It focuses more on supply chain stuff and a smaller subset of manufacturing. So that'll be coming out at 10 o'clock. And then auto sales maybe sometime today, but that's not a big driver. So 9:45 and 10 o'clock are the times to be aware of if you're in a trade or looking to get into one. Just remember those candles can do the jiggle and the wiggle around those times and stop you out of a trade. So just try to remember those.
Yeah, that is for sure. All right, friends, let's get right to it. I mean, this is a very long list this morning. So let's see what we got going on here. Leading the way,
I
gapping
got
up
some good
on.
news for you, Carlos. We can
Oh, you
simplify
do?
this. Well,
Yes.
so
Talk to me.
most of what's on the gappers list is related to rare earth minerals or potentially other non-rare earth minerals, but minerals,
Yep.
mining, things like that. What's mostly on the gap down is crypto related. As I'm sure you know, Bitcoin didn't do so hot over the weekend.
Oh
And
yeah, I see
you
that.
know, with the drop in silver on Friday,
Oh,
that's having an effect on crypto as well. You know, anything to those things where people go to get away from the dollar and and the normal commodities. So that's kind of what's going on the green side, minerals; on the red side, crypto. So that's as you go through, you're going to see a lot of these tickers are all
yeah.
related to the same thing.
I didn't really look at the gap down. I looked at the gap up quickly and I see some minerals, but man, you're right. It's all crypto stuff. Look at this. I
Yeah.
mean, it's all of it. I expect not so much. BNI, I'm not sure what that is, but right, coin, hood. I know these coin and hood are not crypto related directly, but transactions, right? Transactions are lower. They make less money, so that's not good for them.
They are
Um,
they are down on the news as well. Yeah.
yeah, so that's not good for them. The silver, I mean, yeah, it's a bunch of these on here today. And Circle of Infinite. I always forget what these guys do. I forget what Circle of Infinite does every time, but can't forget the name with a name like that. All right. So yeah, thanks for the breakdown, John. Pretty straightforward here. The first one on deck is DRPO, and again, some of these DPRO. Some of these mineral type companies just don't trade well. They really don't intraday trade very well. So I've been kind of staying away from them, but who knows? Maybe we'll find something to look at today as we put this list together. Dragonfly up this morning, John, 8.7, as I see here. Do they do rare mining or is this something else?
They
I
do
don't even know
not.
what this is.
No, they're a
Yeah.
funny company because they're a drone company. Uh, but they also have a different uh they have a health and telehealth platform as well, right? So it's kind of a funny combo. They must have halfway pivoted at some time in their life. But in any case, I think DRPO is moved DPRO. I think it's moving because ONDS has some good news, and I think it's a sympathy thing because I don't know if ONDS is currently on the gap up list, but they have a drone called the Optimus drone. Funny name because Tesla's going to take some issue with that probably. But their Optimus drone just won what's called blue list status from the Defense Contract Management Agency, or the DCMA. So what that is their ONDS's or ONDAS's Optimus drone is approved for like faster procurement. They can get money faster. It's a streamlined procurement process in which the military is trying to do for technologies like drones and other things that they're trying to get into faster than the lethargic pace of military procurement might normally offer. So
Mm.
I think it might be that. That's what I'm guessing. As always, I am open to anyone's interpretation from YouTube or the chat room. That was my guess on this one.
Yeah. I mean, it is crazy some movement here. Not crazy volume. 307,000 shares trade. We're up 6.3. It is on selling restriction. Is it gonna make my list? Probably not. There's some news behind it, but I don't see this making my
Oh, actually,
primary
hold up. There might be some
or
specific
secondary.
news here, Carlos. Let me
Yeah.
see here. Dragonfly, an award-winning developer of drone solution software and robotics, today announced an award to provide flex FPV drones and training to U.S. Air Force Special Operations Command. Okay, so they do seem to have their own as well. I still think they're probably getting an ONDS boost, but there you go. They do have their own new contract with the Air Force.
All right, there you go. That's great news. How well it's going to trade? I'm not sure. Doesn't look too good for me right now. But it might if it gets more volume, maybe. But right now, it just doesn't seem like that. You know what? Secondary. Let's come back to it. Let me not dismiss it completely because that news is nice. So it can trade well, but right now I'm not in love with it. All right, let's continue here, friends. Next TMC. So TMC this morning. Let's see what we got going on there. These guys are okay. So we're starting to get to some of the metals and rare stuff here. This one is up 7.4, 576,000 shares traded. Pre-market action doesn't look that bad this morning, actually. You've got a little bit of action today. Daily's been up and down. We've seen this on our gappers list plenty time in the past. I never actually added to my list, so I'll probably find something a little bit better to look at. But I gotta say the intraday action does look nicer than usual on this one, John.
Yeah, it might be worth mentioning why rare earth is moving this morning or why we think it might be moving. You can see in most of these rare earth stocks, they ran up recently, right? And then they've pulled back over a number of days. If you pull up a daily chart, I think that's generally the pattern you'll see is that they've fallen off recently.
Yep.
And so there's a bounce, rotation back to these stocks and a bounce factor potentially going on. But there is the news, I think this is somewhat priced in already, that the Trump administration is spending 1.6 billion in developing rare earths in the U.S. and in other places that are friendly to the U.S. throughout the globe. And then we have a meeting this week. Ministers from the US, the UK, the EU, Japan, Australia, New Zealand are gathering in Washington, D.C. Around February 4th to discuss strategic alliances on critical minerals. So the allies are getting together to figure out how they can protect themselves in a world where these metals are becoming more important all the time.
Okay. All right, we'll see how that plays out. And there's a bunch of them on this list, as we mentioned earlier. Right? So you got USAR. I mean, there's just a ton. USAR seems to be the one that gets nicer volume. They are 1.7 right now, so they are in the higher as far as volume goes here, and they can move pretty nice. We actually watched this before. I have put on my primary a couple of times. Never actually taken a trade, and I can't remember taking an actual trade, and I was very close, but never actually did. Maybe today could be the day. Out of all of these, I think this is probably one of my favorite ones. John, do you have a favorite
Yeah.
one out of all of these here?
Not in the rare earth stuff, but on the crypto side, because what you're mentioning is important for traders, new traders out there. When you have a whole sector moving like this, there's going to be, they're all kind of moving together. So who do you choose, right? You got CRML up 7%, you got someone else up 4% or whatever. You might think the one that's gapped up the most is the best play, but it's not necessarily true. Some stocks do just day trade better than other stocks, and that can be affected by their spread and just how much volume they get, and what we refer to as order flow and these things like price action that kind of describe what we like to see in a stock. And it's also personal to some degree. I know a lot of people like to trade Mara. It's a less expensive stock for sure, so you can get more shares of it. The spread's very small. I actually like to trade coin, which is sort of a nasty one, but I'm sort of used to it. But this coin's much more expensive, and the spread is kind of gross. But actually, it's pretty gross, especially in the morning. But I'm a better predictor of what coin's going to do. I feel like than I am with Mara, maybe because I've just applied more time to it. So one of the things you got to figure out in day trading is when you got a whole sector, what's your favorite? What do you like to play? Takes time to figure that
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, it does. Like for example, in this mineral stuff, I don't know. Like I really don't know. We tried an MP a couple of weeks back, and that was brutal, right? So that didn't work out too well. So I don't like, definitely don't like this one. USAR is probably the best one I see that I can think of, right? So maybe USAR. I know MP could be another one that can maybe move well. I'm not sure. So, um, I'm gonna put USAR. Obviously, this sector is in play today. Clearly, everything in the list you can see here on the gap up is on minerals. And I don't know what other ones you guys like. CRML. Let's take a look. Yeah, this looks good too. Good pre-market action, 1.3 million, up 7.4. Yeah, you know what? I'll watch those two. I'll watch CRML, and I'll watch USAR for right now. So we'll put those two. And then aside from that, man, is there anything else in the gap up list? I do see PLTR and GameStop coming up here. Let's take a look at GameStop and see what else is taking place here. Today they're up 2.6. Again, like I always say, this is the company that is going to survive like the end of the world. It really is. Up 2.6 this morning, 480,000 shares traded. Pre-market action doesn't look any good. Any news on this one, John, maybe going on today?
I've noticed it's been moving lately, but I don't know. GameStop just kind of comes and goes and sort of its interest, and maybe this is becoming a time of perhaps some more interest. Let me check real quick to see if there's anything specific this morning on GameStop. No, I don't see anything.
Yeah. So again, I like the daily here. You know, you're kind of getting breaking out a little bit, and you have a little more volume in the last
Hold
couple of
up, I take it
days.
back.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's this news. CEO Ryan Cohen said he's aiming to transform GameStop into a $100 billion powerhouse by pursuing a major acquisition within the consumer or retail sectors. That's kind of vague news. So I don't know.
What does that mean? Like, can we get
I don't
that
know.
in English? What are you doing? What are you exactly doing? You said nothing.
Somebody
But
somebody thawed Ryan Cohen out of carbonite and he came out to say something. So yeah, I don't know.
all right, that's a very cryptic message there. All right, they're doing something with something, and the stock likes it. Again, daily looks good. You got a little breakout here. Not enough volume. Uh, well, yeah, I'm not interested right now, so we'll keep it aside. Let's look at one more here of the gappers list trends. Again, the gappers list been taken a lot over by a lot of mineral type companies, so pick your favorite. I got CRML, and I also have this morning USAR. I'm going to be looking at those two for right now. Let's look at one more, and then we'll see what else John likes off this list, which is PLTR. Now, PLTR, this one, very, very active this morning. 2.2 million shares traded. We are up 2.4 on this thing. This can trade very well. The last couple of days has not been having fun. You can see here the drop it had almost all week. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, about almost the entire week is all red. Right, so no love for PLTR last week. Today they're getting a little bit of a bounce. Is this news related, John, or are we seeing just an overall bounce from all the red last week?
Well, they have earnings this afternoon. Uh, Interesting for a stock of such high interest to have a Monday afternoon earnings, but I've noticed on the earnings calendar things are moving around to more different days than we're used to. But in any case, they have earnings this afternoon, and then I think they got an upgrade. I'm trying to get through a bunch of ad blockers here to confirm that.
Yeah.
William Blair, analyst, on Monday, upgraded Palantir stock to outperform ahead of the earnings report. So that's probably it.
All right, there you go. And then speaking of earnings, man, we got we're no earnings are in full swing. Here it is, our schedule for this week. You see PLTR coming up after the close. Oh, we had Disney this morning. I don't see them on the list, so we'll take a look at what's going on with Disney.
Oh yeah.
And then PayPal, AMD, SMCI, Uber, Alphabet. You know, you got Amazon. So you got a couple of big names coming up this week. Last week was the Juggernaut week, where I think it's 4 of the top 7 reported. So we'll see some of those this week as well. All right. As far as POTR, I like the action. I like what I'm seeing here. We are 2.3 million shares traded, up 2.3. I mean, this looks really, really good. I am going to add this to our list. I'll add that to our primary as well. All right, John, I'm going to stop here. Off the gap up list, anything else you like here that maybe we haven't covered, or any news or earnings?
It's like off the gappers list, perhaps.
Yeah, it could be
Um,
off the gappers list. Yeah.
I see. Did we talk about Oracle?
We did not. Nope.
So Oracle's up at the moment 3.8%, and I believe what was the news on Oracle? They're spending some money. Oracle plans to raise $50 billion this year to fund its AI infrastructure build out, seeking fresh capital to satisfy growing demand from clients. This will come in part from stock sales, new stock issuance. So Oracle could be something to watch today. And I noticed Apple Lovin is up 5%. Let me just see if there's any interesting news on APP. That I don't think that hit the gappers list. So it must be missing some kind of criteria. But
APP, I saw, yeah, it did. APP here up 5.7. It did hit our gappers list as well, yeah.
yeah, that I don't see news on. I wonder if did they have earnings this week or today, perhaps? That one's a mystery. We'll rely on the community to tell us why APP is moving. I can't find anything at the moment, but if anyone knows, go ahead and pop it into the
Yeah.
chat.
They had I won't say big because they had big sell-offs before, but they had a decent sell-off on Friday, right? So getting a little bit of a bounce here. The issue with me on this one is the volume, right? They don't get a whole lot of volume. So the way I trade, I want to see that volume throughout the day. So, but again, they're the last couple of days are definitely moving here. So maybe today could be special for them. All right. All right. So that's kind of our gap up, friends. Again, a lot of them rare minerals making their way onto this list this morning. I am going to go with USAR, CRML, and PLTR from the gap up list. There's some other ones you could look at there. You got SAP, but again, SAP just doesn't trade well. So I end up not putting it on the list. Intraday trading on that one could be a little bit tough. All right, let's focus on the gap down. Leading the way, BMNR. Remy, is Byte my computer or is this Bitcoin? I always forget this one.
It's Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. It is.
It's
All
Bitcoin.
right,
I'll
so
give you a list.
yeah,
CRM. So your Bitcoin stocks this morning include BMNR, MSTR, CLSK, Mara, Riot Coin, Wolf, Hood, like you
yeah.
mentioned, related CIFR, CRCL, IREN, all of those
I
guys,
mean,
if they're
yeah,
showing up here.
it's it's everything. It's
Yeah. So
everything is down. It's not good.
I guess XPEV and I don't know about Ego. Ego sounds like a cool stock name. Can't go wrong with an Ego. Um, yeah, but I think
Right,
XPEV is the one standing out as perhaps something non-crypto related this morning.
right. Yeah, yeah. It's the only one. So, uh, again, off of this list, guys, pick your favorite crypto. I like Hood. Um, Hood is one that I do like the way it trades. I think I had a lot of success in this one. The other one, we traded Mara and Clean Spark, CLSR, a lot back in the days. But then something changed with them where they just don't trade as good as they used to. I don't know what happened, but if you actually you could look at it on the daily, you could see how much movement we had. You could see how much volume we had as well. Look at the spike in volume. This was fun days. This was really fun days. But then, I don't know, volume died down. It just kind of went sideways for the most part as far as the intraday goes, and we're not just getting that type of movement on Coin and Hood, as you mentioned, John. These seem to be a lot better. Look at Hood's daily; you can see a lot of movement there. And I'm sorry, Coin and Hood, same thing. Hood trades very nice, so I think I'm going with those two as well. But today, given the news, I think these other ones might have an opportunity to trade very well today. I think if you look at MSTR, if you look at some of these other ones, today could be their day where they actually give you good trading opportunities. So, yeah, let me decide what I'm going to look at. John, you mentioned Coin and Hood. Anything else on the crypto side you're going to keep an eye on?
Like I said, I don't know, maybe I could be completely maniac for doing this, but I like to trade coin. So I don't know. I think it's not everyone's preference to trade that, but it's always been on my
It's a
list.
tough one. Yeah,
It
yeah,
is, yeah. I guess I'm just kind of used to it. The nice thing about coin, it's expensive. It makes big moves because of the spread, so you can make the money quickly, but it's tricky. So for whatever reason, I traded it. I don't recommend it to others. I think Mara is very popular on days like this. Mara and Riot are usually the big choices, I think.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Me and Mara have not had a good relationship lately, so I'm gonna keep them off. I'm gonna go with Hood and Coin today, so that'll be my choice right now. But pick your favorite, friends. There's plenty to go around when it comes to these Bitcoin related plays. There is a ton stuff that's not Bitcoin related. We got XPEV, where'd it go? It was just here. What happened to it? It just fell off the map.
Yeah, they're
Let's
coming
see.
and going.
Why? Not sure. They should still be there. They're up 4.4, 500,000 shares traded. Maybe I'm missing it off the list, but they're gapping down this morning. John, any reason for it today?
Their year over year car deliveries are down 34%, which is pretty healthy decline. So that's what's going on with XPEV. Lot of EV makers are dealing with the declining sales, so that they're no different. So that's the news with XPEV this morning.
All right. So taking a little bit of a hit here again. I don't think this thing trade. It used to trade, XBEV and Neo. If you guys remember Neo, we used to trade the heck out of these things. But again, the only EV we really look at is Tesla. And once in a while, what's the other Jeep that looks like a transforming robot? What is it? You guys know the name of the EV Jeep here. I've completely forgot. It's not XBEV.
Rivian?
Rivian, yes. What's the ticker? RIVN.
RIVN.
There we go. And then once in a while, this one does something when it has some news. But again, they're dead today. I don't see anything happening here. So again, for my EV, I'm going with Tesla. Of course, I'm going to be adding that one to the list this morning. All right, John. There's not a whole lot of. I mean, again, the list is long. It's massive on both sides, but there's not really a whole lot to choose from here. This list is actually a lot smaller than you think once you start grouping things up like we did here. Anything off this list you want to go over? Cap down?
Not off this list, but I think there's some other choices out there this morning for things that have been moving well. SNDK is up 2.3% today, and that's probably a bounce play from Friday's really bad day for SNDK. Which was up quite a bit after earnings, crushed it. Great earnings numbers. Just, it's been up so much lately. I think people eventually took their profits. I don't think it's an indictment of the company or anything, what happened on Friday, but it's just what goes up must eventually come down, at least temporarily. So it's trying to bounce today. I think that could be a good player today.
Yeah, let me put this over
Again,
here.
gigantic spread. You have to
Yeah,
know
no,
what you're doing.
the spread on this thing is wild. We had it on our watch list. I think it was one day last week, and on top of that, what makes it worse when you have such a big spread. Like at one time it was like $2, which is okay because the stock can move $30, right? So,
Huge,
but
yeah.
when you have that spread, the price action it just makes it harder to read. That's all it does. It really makes the price action a little bit harder to read. You can still trade it. Just keep your risk appropriate and make sure you give it enough room. Got to give it enough room for it to do its thing and take less shares on it. So clearly in play this morning, guys, 1.5 million shares traded. So we got tons of action on it here. And if you look at the daily, big gap up, this sell off on Friday, and now just trying to figure out what's next. It just hovers up 2%. This morning, so I do like it. It is in play. How tradable it's going to be is gonna be the challenge on this one. I will add it to my list here, but it's gonna go on the secondary list there as far as that goes. All right, friends. Let's go to you guys. See what you guys like this morning. We'll start here in our chat room. So let's go ahead and take a look at what you guys like. Neo, Rivian. Yep, we looked at those. GLD. Will's taking trades already, so he's GLD. He's partialing. Very nice. This is silver, gold. Yeah, silver and gold, man. These things are just the fun. Is the fun over, John? What's going on, man? Are we done?
It can't be over. No, today's going to be an interesting day, I think, for sure. Just to see what silver and gold can do, especially silver.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there's more fun to be had for sure, Carlos. And be careful
Yeah.
with this. It's if you trade SLV, for example, it's a $74 stock at the moment, and you cannot buy the same amount of shares that you buy for something that's like, oh, I don't know, shoot, even OKLO, which even actually moves a lot for its price as well. But like, that's a $79 stock
Oh,
at
yeah.
the moment. You don't think they're going to move the same, So
Right.
if you get into 100 shares of SLV, you can find yourself down $400 or $500 very quickly. And if that's far
Oh, yeah.
beyond your max loss, you'll get in trouble. So you got to take
Agree.
the appetite suppressant when these things are going crazy. And that's a hard thing for traders to do. You got to say, like, you know what, if normally I try to make a couple $100 on a trade or something, you you
right?
can do it with 25 shares of SLV today,
Yeah, people forget how simple it is. Take 25 shares, you get a couple of bucks. It adds up quickly. When you got a stock like
right.
SOV, when you got a stock like even the other one was SanDisk. I mean, that stuff it can move $30, man. Like
Right.
you got to be careful.
Right. So what
I had
traders tend to
Brian.
do is they'll look at the
Mhm,
price and say, I can afford 100 shares, my margin's going to allow that or whatever. And
yeah.
you just get into trouble. You got to always start your trades with how badly can I get beat up, not with how much can I make, and you'll do
Oh
better in
yeah.
the long run. I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely. Always looking at the how much can I afford to lose on this and how bad can it get? I had Brian on my mind all weekend when he said, you know what? I forgot what he said. But he mentioned he saw the barista started to talk about silver and he did sell some. He was in it. He
Uh,
sold some here. And man, how right was he? Look at this drop here. Again, I'm not saying it's over, but man, getting out here is much nicer than getting in here. That's for sure. Because you might still be right,
yeah.
but man, to have to hold through a 40, 50 plus, 40 at 40, almost $50 pullback, that's not nice. That is not nice. So hopefully you guys are being careful there. All right, silver's in play. Definitely watch it. Intraday, I think today could be interesting too. SOV, I'm going to put it on my secondary list. I haven't traded this yet, but maybe today could be the day where some action takes place. So SOV on the secondary. Ross, PLTR, yes, I do have PLTR on the list. I think that's a good one for today. I do like the pre-market action on it this morning. 2.5 million shares traded. I like the daily. We've been dropping pretty nice here. Last week, some really nice sell-offs that took place. And today we're getting just a beautiful bounce here, up 3%. With some very decent movement in the pre-market and volume as well. So I do like that one. Let's see what else you guys like this morning. Oracle, we did talk about Oracle a little bit. Again, it's for me, it's trading a lot better than what it used to, especially we went through a stretch here where we had some really good action on it. But I'm not sure on it. Today, clearly in play, friends, 4.6 million shares traded. We're up 4.6 as well on it. So if there's any date that you put on the list, will be today, right? So I'm gonna put it on my secondary and we'll see how it goes. But definitely in play. It's just not sure how well this one is going to be. All right, I got a good list already, man. I don't think I can fit any more. I mean, I will be looking at NVIDIA, some other ones, AMD, and all this other stuff that takes place. But for the most part, I am packed as far as my list goes. QBTS looks strong. Let's take a look at some other ones. QBTS. Yeah, you're getting a move here up 1.3. Again, after some big sell-offs last week, so kind of trying to recover from that now. I just don't got the space to do it, to put it on here. Microsoft, we actually had some really good days last week on Microsoft, especially on this initial gap down. We actually traded for a short here that turned out really, really nice. Friday also sold off as well. We didn't touch it on Friday as much. But yeah, we mentioned that after this gap down, I had mentioned it on Thursday. This thing's going to be in play for a while after such a big gap down and disruption in the overall daily here. So today, great day to look at it again. I think when the market shows any strength, you got stuff like Microsoft and others that have sold off, definitely oversold quite a bit, looks like, off the daily. That can be very interesting. So I'm not going to add it to my list, but if you guys see something great on it, call it out. We'll take a look at it while we're trading live for you guys this morning. Roblox is next. No, big drop yesterday. That's just my return to their light trading type of volume here. So I don't see anything exciting. Even in the pre-market here, I don't see anything that looks overly exciting on it either. MU hit all-time highs on Friday, pulling back a little bit here. Great volume. They're constantly now getting some really good volume in the pre-market. 2 million shares traded, slightly up this morning. I need some semis on my list. I need some semis on my list. We'll figure that out. I do got to take some stuff off from here and maybe add some semis, but I'm not sure what yet. But because you got MU, you have NVIDIA, which is always fun to watch, which has not been extremely awesome, but it gives you opportunities. And then you also have AMD, which actually AMD has been a little bit better than NVIDIA for me at least, right? So it's a little bit cleaner to trade than NVIDIA has. Out of all those three, I think NVIDIA has been probably the least favorite of mine so far in the last couple of maybe week or two. All right. I think I'm set, friends. Friends, let's head over to bearwithtraders.com where you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. Click on webinars and you can see what's happening on this beautiful Monday as we kick off this week, as well as earnings. A lot of earnings going on this week as well.
Yeah, today we have Nathan doing his weekly Market Atlas class, talking about visualizing the order map in real time. Market Atlas is a tool on the website tradingterminal.com, which allows you to more easily visualize your level 2. Essentially, it shows you where the volume's at and where it's transacting as the day goes on various tickers. So if you ever have trouble figuring out this darn level 2, these flashing numbers that seem to scroll up and down your screen, Market Atlas is the thing that makes it all sort of make sense very easily. So check it out. If you got access, check out Nathan's class. Gary's got his smart money trade session at 2 o'clock. Nathan is at noon, by the way. Gary is at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern. Smart money trades, new session being run by Gary. Very cool. Gary's a old Wall Street hand and with a lot of knowledge. So definitely go over there and check that out if you get the time. Then tonight, Carlos, that's you for new members onboarding, right? So if you're a new member to Variable Traders, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight, go over and check out our onboarding session. It's a great way to get started. And if you have joined Variable Traders, it's just it should be part of your journey. Head over there and make sure you get into that class. And if you'd like to join Variable Traders, number of ways to do it. We have an intro offer, 1 week of access for $39. Great way to dip your toe in and see what the community is all about. You get access to the chat room, which is honestly my favorite part of Variable Traders, and to our basic courses as well. If you like that, you can continue the same level of access for $99 a month. Or if you want to have access to some of these classes we're talking about, Gary's session and Nathan's session and things like that, bump up to an elite monthly or elite annual membership. Elite annual being your best deal overall. Yeah, consider joining us. If you're in the chat room, you're already with us. If you're over on YouTube, give us a shot.
All right. Thank you, John. Yes, friends, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up on YouTube. Really appreciate it. And someone said they found how to hit the like on X. I think they were pulling my leg because I checked everywhere. I could not find no likes on X. So we're live on X as well, but I don't see where the like is on something like that. But if you find somewhere to like that or show your appreciation, we'll take that as well. All right, let's do it, friends. I see Ben has started his funded account, so he bought his funded account over the weekend. And the best advice I can give you, man, is just take it easy, make it last the 90 days, start small, pull away from the buying power, don't trade so big. We have people that want to swing again, they want to hit the home run, swing for the fence to get a nice buffer right away. And if that goes south, then you're out of the game. So trade small. It's the best way to start. And again, you have 90 calendar days, right? To make it happen. So it doesn't all have to be in 1 week, in 1 day, in a couple of trades. Make it last. All right, with that, friends, let's get some levels in place. I mean, I have my list here already. I have USAR, which is the first one on deck this morning. We watched this before. I think this will be good. I got CRML, I got PLTR, I got Hood, I got Coin, and then secondary list, I got some other ones as well. I do want to make space for where's Tesla? I thought I had Tesla here. Tesla and a semi. I got way too much this morning. And the reason is because I have 2 of each, right? I have 2 rare metals. I got 2 Bitcoins. That's why this list is so long. So I'm going to put Tesla here, but we'll try to fine tune this a little bit if we can, a little bit later. All right, let's start with USAR. On deck this morning, we have 24.22 is the high of the pre-market. So we'll put a level there. Towards the bottom, guys, you have highs and lows for the last 2 trading days, doing a really good job. Previous day close on there as well is set for you. The low of the pre-market is just a little bit higher from the lows from 2 days ago, which is right over here, is at 21.34. So I'm going to mark that just in case. And then continuing towards the bottom, we do have 20.02. And then right over here, another great level where we have prior resistance, 18.31. You can see here all the resistance we had. And then from there, did break out and now became support. So we'll definitely want to have that there in case we do sell off it. But right now, everything is to the upside as we're up 8.1 on this one after gapping down this morning, making its way up here. The next level I see, there's no real great levels up here. We have one over at 25.21 and then another one around 26.42. I think those two will be great for today. We'll put those on there. We'll see how this goes. The next one I have is CRML. Clearly, these are in play today. This has 1.5 million as well, so good volume. High of the pre-market on this one is going to be over at 14.49 towards the bottom. The low is going to be just below the previous day close at 12.66. Once you do that, you have that cover towards the top. Your set highs and lows for the last two trading days towards the top are doing a great job there. You're pretty much covered. If you want to get another level just in case this thing starts to rip higher, around 17, you have a nice area of a lot of support, a lot of days opening and closing and slamming into that there. Towards the bottom, we do have on the daily right now 12.24, good level there. And then below that, the next real big level I see is 11.32. So 11.32, just in case we start losing some ground, we're ready, my friends. All right, let's look at PLTR. I like PLTR. One of my favorite ones this morning, actually. Is very active. You can see here the last couple of days have not been doing so hot. Right now, slamming into the highs from Friday. So right over here, your pre-market high is just slightly above that, 151.34. And then towards the bottom, your pre-market low just below the low from Friday as well. So already we kind of been above and below Friday's range. So that's interesting. The way this thing is moving today, up 3% right now with tons of volume. Towards the top, you do have the highs from Thursday. And what else? So let's go up a little more. There is a level right here, 154.78. Not a major level. We're covering the major areas. Like this right here, this is a major level, right? Where the previous day closes. The lows from Thursday, that's a major level. Look at the support you got there in the change in direction. That's usually pretty important. So that's covered for you there. And then below 143, just in case, we do have another area here. Man, this thing loves to bounce back. Opens up here, slams down, then shoots right back up. Opens up here, slams down, shoots right back up. So it loves doing that type of move here. It's done it a couple of times. But PLTR, again, looking really nice this morning with tons of volume in the pre-market right now. All right, let's go over. I know I got a lot today. Let's go over to Hood. Hood this morning. I got Hood and Coin. Hood, yeah, it's okay. I prefer Hood, but I don't know. Coin is looking a little bit better this morning, and I do got to make this list a little bit smaller. So you know what? Just for you, John, today, we're going to keep Hood on the secondary, or move it to the secondary, and we're going to keep Coin on the primary. So let's do that, because I got to reduce this list. It's way too many. And even from USAR and CRML, I might even pick one of those two. They're both minerals. I got to pick one to keep an eye on. So let's go with Coin today. I think the daily looks much nicer on Coin. I mean, just look at the drop we're getting here. We're down 3.8 after a massive sell-off for the last, 2-3 weeks, looks like. This just keeps selling off here. 184.71 is the low of the pre-market today. 184.72 actually, and then 188.79 is your high. So once you do that, you're set. Towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days got you covered. Previous day close as well. You're looking good there. Towards the bottom, we haven't been down here in quite some time. We're looking at 2025 April May time frame. Right over here, level at 181.26, and then all the way down here over at 176.89. So we'll go with Coin. Decent volume, lovely daily today. So let's see if that can trade well for us this morning. And then last but not least, it's going to be our good buddy Tesla, which we always like to take a look at. Here's Tesla, low of the pre-market 419.15. We'll zoom out a little bit more here. The high of the pre-market over at 424.35. So where is that? It's right over here. There we go. Oh, a little bit lower. There it is, 424.35. And then towards the top, highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a really good job. They're covering all the major areas like this one here, the previous day close. You can see all the support you have there, all the resistance, more support, more resistance. I mean, you're pretty much covered on that 430 area. Towards the bottom, in case you do drop, you got the low from Thursday. Thursday. And then below that, just in case, you got a couple of wicks slamming into 410.64. So you want to have that down as well on Tesla. So that's it. That's my list. John, I'm not sure of the members. I see two. I see Jared. I see Eamon ready to go. What is our team watching this morning? We might need to wait a little bit for people to get their listen ready.
Yeah, just a couple. I got to get my own in. I was not paying. I was trying to figure out how to get a like on X, Carlos, the entire time you were talking, and I can't figure it. You're supposed to be able to tap on the screen, and it makes a little heart go up, and that's the equivalent of a like for a live stream. And I know it's worked before because I've accidentally done it but
Is
it's
it
not doing
something
it.
that works like on the phone and not on the
I'm
browser?
trying both. I'm deep
Oh,
into this problem. I'm telling
you're
you, like
deep into it, man. I like that. There
I
you go.
can't. I don't know if they turned it off. Who knows? X is always in flux code wise. But let's take a look at the list here. Jared's watching Oracle, AMD, and PLTR secondary. He's dropping some French. He loves J'adore gold and silver. Eamon, potential longs, looking at AMD. Eamon's a very focused trader, and he usually has a short list, but he's usually has some good ones. So he's looking at AMD. And Megan, the market guru, is looking at Oracle and PLTR, similar to Jared. Actually, a lot of similarity there. So if Jared, basically his list is Eamon and Megan's list combined. And myself, Carlos, I'm going to be watching Tesla for sure. NVIDIA can go to HE double hockey sticks because that thing has taken so much money from me lately. It's becoming very, very
Nvidia has
frustrating. It's
Nvidia.
robbing me all. Yeah, it just
Yeah,
gets
it's not
stuck
the
at these.
same, man. Yeah,
It
it's
gets
not the
stuck at
same.
dollar levels. Yeah, I keep thinking I see these breakouts and it just won't
No,
go. It's driving me
mm-mm,
bonkers. So probably
no.
PLTR because I'm looking for gapped up stocks. So probably SNDK, PLTR, and Tesla, which is down, but it's always a good trader. So I'll get those into the list there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, out of the three, I rarely trade MU, but AMD is trading much better than Nvidia. Nvidia is giving us some really good fake outs. Like it looks good, it looks really good, and it's faking the crap out of us. Right? They're getting volume, they're putting in the initial setup, and then the continuation just flops. So, yeah, it's Wolf G has been sucking a lot lately, no question. All right, friends, that's my list. USAR, CRML, PLTR, Coin, and Tesla. And then secondary, SNDK, Hood, Oracle, SLV, and DRPO. Let's see what we can get out of this as we get ready. Oh, no, it's actually not DRPO, it's DPRO. Not Dr. PO, it's DPRO.
Gerpo.
There it is, this one here. Which, again, started good and now it's just kind of went sideways. So we're not really. Yeah, I look in the gray. I might actually take that one off, friends. We'll see. Let's give it a little bit and see if anything comes out of that. How about ONDS? You know, ONDS is another one too that you can keep an eye on. Again, very similar to DPRO as well. Probably better than DPRO. This has been getting a lot more action, a lot more volume, I think. So this is one you can watch as well. They're related right now in their news, as John mentioned. That's the reason why they're both gapping up this morning. All right, we are set to go, friends. Andrew and Brian are up next here in the chat. We're trading live with you guys. I see Brian just put his listen. Tesla, PLTR, AMD, Spice, and Q for him. And yeah, so we'll be ready to rock and roll as we let these guys do their thing in chat. Other than that, man, I am set. I'm set. Let's get ready for the live session. We are early today. Because again, the list was massive, but it was not a lot on there. It really wasn't a lot to actually go through.
You know, we didn't talk about Disney, Carlos.
Oh yes, yes, yes,
Which
yes.
I
Disney
don't
earnings.
like to day trade. I've tried. It was used to
Mm-hmm.
be on my secondary list for quite some time, and it just was very frustrating to make any money on it. But I think they're down right now, right? Yeah, they're down 2.4%. They reported earnings of $1.63 per share on revenue of just short of 26 billion, 25.98 billion, and the consensus was of $1.57 per share on revenue of 26. So revenue came in pretty much in line, just a smidge down, and they actually beat on earnings per share a bit, but let's see what else is. The company says it continues to expect fiscal 2026 earnings of at least 652 per share. Consensus was 658. So the long term outlook is not as good as the market was hoping. And that's often the driver when earnings comes. It's yeah, the two big parameters, two big metrics you get are earnings per share and revenue. But then what often matters more than that is, okay, that's what you've done for me lately, but what's coming up in the future?
Yeah, yeah. Georgie, welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Good to have you. Thank you for signing up. And good luck today on the giveaway. Right, get another giveaway of the funded account. this morning, so stay tuned for that. As we get you guys that giveaway a little bit later. So, um, all right, man, we're all set. I'm this not a blockbuster list. I gotta say, I'm not too excited about the list that we came up with today, but we'll see. We have felt like this many times, and we have incredible trading days. But this list, I'm just like, I go back to bed after looking at this scappers list. But it's okay. It's okay. This happens, and we usually have a great trading day. Something will come up, and of course, eyes on the SPY. The SPY right now, trying to recover, open up lower, and heading towards that previous day close after some really wild action last week, man. I mean, just look at the wicks here. So we'll see what's going on there. Was Thursday an actual drop all the way down? I don't remember that. Was that a thing? Or are we just printing stuff? No, that was the thing, looks like. Yeah, we did drop that
Oh,
much.
it's all a blur, Carlos.
Yeah, it's all a blur. Everything's smashing in together. But but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things play out. All right, friends. A rant? No, I don't have any rant for today. It's too early in the week. I gotta get into trouble or get into some kind of mess, and then I can have the rant. But I have no rants for today. John, I don't know if you have one. Let's call Peter. Let's call Peter on his vacation, see if he has a rant already. I'm sure he's gonna come back with many rants from his 2 week getaway there. So
I was ranting to my wife about something, and I don't remember
yeah.
what it was, and I can't. It's
Mm,
totally slipped my mind, so it probably wasn't important. And she hates when I rant, so it's not
yeah.
something I should put on her. But it's something about people this weekend. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that I'm seeing a lot now is like the snow is just getting nasty. It's hard. It's been cold, so it's not melting. Today's gonna be one of the warmest days. It's gonna be like 30. And people just
Yeah,
think
yeah, same here.
peop, people think that these ice banks that we have, the snow banks, they could just pull their car all the way into there, and they end up leaving their pieces of their bumpers, some of the lights. Like, guys, this is ice. Your car's not going to beat that. So if you roll over it, when you pull out, you're going to leave something behind. So I don't understand when people come to the parking lot, right? Like all these parking lot, you're seeing all these car pieces all over the place. Like, give yourself a little bit of room, right? So not more of a rant, it's like a public service announcement, right? Like, hey, that's ice, okay? Your car's not going to win against ice. So be careful out there, guys. Don't leave your pieces all over the place. All right.
I actually
Other
have
than
some
that,
good news,
friends,
Carlos.
yeah, what you got?
I last night, I this might sound a bit bizarre, especially the people who don't live in the United States, but I won a shotgun last night in a raffle. I never win anything.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
a nice one, a real nice Beretta 20 gauge. Yeah,
Oh, sweet, man. That
I
never
got
win
in.
anything. I never
I got
win. It's
invited to a game dinner that's held annually, like in the next town over, and it was a totally bizarre thing because it's a invite only, and it's very hard to get tickets for it. I never heard of it. My neighbor texted me and said, I got an extra ticket that someone else gave me for this game dinner. Do you want to go? So we went, and it was hilarious, man. It was like just 200 grizzly old dudes packed into this hunting club, and hate to
yeah,
say
yeah.
it, but there were no women allowed. So
What? There's no
yeah,
women allowed, it's just no women showed up.
apparently this dinner's been going on since 1962. So it's a little set in its traditions. So there are no women allowed, no children allowed, only the
Okay.
guys. And they had crazy prizes. Like they had two e-bikes, they're $2,000 a piece. Because
Yeah,
hunters
yeah.
actually like e-bikes these days for getting into their hunting locations without leaving like a scent and
Okay.
going in
Okay.
quietly. They had a bunch of guns. They had oh my gosh, what else? These two crossbows. It just bonkers
So so
stuff.
so you were that guy that never shows up and wins. Oh man.
Yeah. And
That's that's
people were dropping $400 or $500 on raffle tickets. I'm like, I can't do that.
wow.
Yeah, and it was all
Yeah.
cash, and I never have cash, so my wife left me an envelope on my desk because she has the cash. So she left me $200, and then 50 was for the ticket to get in. And so I ended up spending the other 150 on the raffle tickets because I didn't want to look like a punk player. Like
Yeah,
everyone
yeah,
else had
yeah,
so
like
many
a
tickets, and I'm like,
cheapskate.
yeah. So like 150 is the best I could do. That's all the money I had left. So I had a very, compared to everyone else, a small pile of tickets in front of me, and other people had so many, and I ended up winning anyway. I was totally
Oh,
stoked.
that's nice, man.
Yeah.
That is nice. Yeah, those things are not cheap, man. That's awesome. Um, All right, friends. Does ATF have to clear you to win? That's a good question. I'm sure there's got to be some paperwork
They do.
that's got
Yeah,
to
I gotta
get
go
done.
pick it
Yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah,
I gotta pick it up
yeah,
tomorrow, and I gotta pass the background check. So we'll see how that
yeah,
goes.
yeah. All right, friends, we're ready. Once Brian hops in, Andrew hops in, we're ready to go. I got my list here. Again, we'll see how this plays out. I'm very interesting to see how USAR, CRML, PLTR coin, and some other ones are going to be setting up today. And yeah, and we have Tesla as well. So looking forward to that. All right, see, Mike is Brian is all set. We'll leave you guys in the chat. And we're going to continue here on YouTube and X. All right, very well, friends. All right, perfect. Let's continue here. We're all set up. I got my 1 minute, I got my 5 minute here. And yeah, man, I never win, man. Never, never. Not, I don't even win the funded account raffle. And I'm like, I'm a moderator. I joined the Lambos and Garbage Truck, and I never win. This just doesn't make any sense. So good for you. Good for you. Um, All right, I'm going to get Market Atlas from TradingTerminal.com, friends, and we got about 7 minutes to the market open. I'm going to win one day. Yeah, we'll see. We're doing one every day for this year, so I hope I win.
Where are we at now, Carlos? We're only on YouTube.
We are on X as well.
Oh yeah. Okay, but we're not in the chat
Yeah.
room. Got it. Okay.
No, we're not in the chat room. No, we're not in the chat room. We disconnected chat, so now Brian and Andrew will take over chat. Brian is hanging out in Dubai. Saw his ex message out there. He's really thinking about moving over there for the summer, I think, or for the winter. So thinking
Keeps
about
changing where
doing
he
that.
wants to go, Carlos.
Yeah.
Dubai
Yeah.
would fit Andrew. I think he'd like it there.
Yeah. What's the time there now? What's the trading time? Trading time is important, man. Like
It's
Dubai, I have no idea. Not Dubai, sorry, Thailand. I don't know how you could be a trader in Thailand. I was
Dubai's
not
got to be a
working out for
couple
me.
hours.
Yeah.
Dubai is a 6:24, so it looks like 9 hours ahead.
That could be doable. But there's some place in the world that trading is just not ideal. It was like 9:30 in Thailand. That did not work for me. I was tired. I barely got any trade in. I was so tired by the time we got to the 9:30 session. I'm like, I'm just ready to go to bed. So that did not work. Um, I trade from Bali, Indonesia. What's the difference there? So we get ready for this open. USAR, CRML.
Carlos, you and I are
PLTR.
lucky to live in the best trading time zone. I think it's the East
I
Coast.
think it is. It's
I
not the
mean, the
best
market's kind of
place.
designed for us, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's not. Man, I wish I could live in a more tropical place. Although now I say that, but I do like the wind. I like the changing seasons. I do like that. So um, but yeah, this
Nobody
9:30 I think is
appreciates
perfect.
spring like people who endure a hard winter, Carlos. You know what I mean? Like
That's true too.
when spring comes, it is such a good feeling that
Oh
it's almost worth the misery, but I don't know. It's
yeah, like how can you appreciate spring if it's spring all the time? Like if you get that weather year round, you don't appreciate it as
yeah.
much as we do. So yeah, I think you appreciate the change a little more when you have it. Um, All right, PLTR dropping a little bit here. We have Coin doing some stuff. You guys in chat. What's your favorite ticker for today? Give me one ticker. Let me see what people are looking at. Your favorite one. Don't give me the list because I can't go through all of them. But give me your favorite ticker for today that you're going to be focused on. Just one. Let's see what people are looking at here. Let's see. All right, so AMD. Let's see what people are looking at. Let's take a look here. PLTR. Okay, we have that. ONDS. I see a lot of people like ONDS. Even Shushu over on X likes ONDS too. Gold.
AMD
Use as a
AMD just got back to
yeah.
basically where it closed in the after hours on Friday. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
key level for it here up around 237. So it just went green, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, AMD. I don't have AMD on I don't have any semi on my list. AMD would be the one though. AMD. Yeah, a lot of people like. Is Fuse a ticker? Let me check what that is. Fuse. It is. More of a penny type stock. So be careful. Lower price I see here around $2. So be careful on that one. And then let me see what else you guys are giving me. AMD you mentioned now. Yeah, you know what? AMD looks good. You know what we're gonna do? I think I'm gonna move down CRML. Yeah, let's get this out of the way because I need space for AMD. I think that's a better stock to watch, and I'm just gonna go ahead and set some quick levels here. So let's see AMD. Yeah, let's set some quick levels on this one.
I should probably mention, Carlos, I'm not
Yeah,
here often. Obviously, Peter's usually here.
yeah.
The trades I'm looking for those in the YouTube is I'm looking for high a day breaks. So these are stocks breaking over the high that they set after 9:30, whatever that is. I typically wait 5 minutes. That's kind of my rule. Uh, so wait at least for the fifth 1 minute candle to enter a trade. And then I'm looking for those breakouts. I only take longs, I don't take shorts. So that's what I'm looking for. And they will be very quick trades in the first when we get to 5 to 10 minutes after they open, they happen very fast. I'll try to call out what I'm doing, but it can be a little sometimes I'm in and out of a trade in like less than 30 seconds. So
Yeah.
I can't necessarily say exactly what I'm going to do, but as the morning goes on and it slows down, we can get a little more predictive.
All right, excellent, friends. All right, some similar stuff we're watching this morning. I see.
People are asking me why only long. Honestly, it's a forcing function to trade less for one thing. I really think one of the key sins that of day traders, one of the things people do wrong is they trade too much. And I'm sure you all feel that sometimes. You
Oh
when
yeah.
you look at your screen, your orders or your positions, whatever, and you've just taken a lot of trades and you haven't accomplished much. Like we all need to slow down and it's helpful to have forcing functions to slow you down. One forcing function is to trade one strategy and really hold yourself to that. That'll slow you down. Another is to pick a particular direction. Not many people do that, but I do. And honestly, I don't know. I read stocks to the long side better. It's just what I'm used to doing. And so, not many people follow that
Yep.
example, but take it for whatever it's worth.
It's hard, man. It's hard. New traders, and I was there. I was there trading 11 trades a day on in less than 30 minutes,
Yeah.
losing money left and right. It just doesn't work for me. I know new traders don't want to hear that. They want to trade more. I wanted to trade more. The minute I reduced the number of trades I was taking, I started to see the improvements ASAP. Not ASAP, but very, very drastically and consistently. Improvements over time. Just trade less, trade less, trade less. Focus in and be specialized in something. All right, friends, 5 minutes to the market open here. Let's see what the action is going to be. There's the bell. And here we go, friends. Look at what's happening here. AMD. I'm glad I put AMD. AMD looks very, very nice today. So AMD on deck here. And PLTR.
Spies,
It's another one.
spies popping, Amazon's popping,
Mm-hmm.
Meta's popping, but not everything. Tesla's going down, Microsoft's going down, PLTR is going down. So
Yep.
mixed bag here.
There's PLTR dropping at the moment.
One thing I pay attention to, Carlos, is
Yep.
which stocks popped at the open. Sometimes it's an indication of strength that they'll have later. So at the moment, I know that's AMD, Meta, and Amazon on my screen. I'm watching 12 stocks at the moment, so I can kind of see a bunch at the same time. AMD looks
Oh,
interesting.
okay. All right. Here we go. All right. Let's see what we got.
AMD broke 240 and that may pull back from there. That's a dollar levels, but also $10 and $5 levels matter. And stocks often kind of hit them and pull back or break out from them. So AMD is doing exactly that. It just barely broke 240 and it's pulling back a little bit here.
uh, let's see, friends. PLTR looks very interesting to me. A little messy right now with all the wicks, but it looks very nice, especially if he wants to go long. I think it could be a nice play. He wants to break this 151. So again, if you're gonna trade this one, guys, be careful with your stop and the number of shares because it can move and the price action is very snappy on this thing. So just be mindful of it. So let's see. I like the pressure I'm seeing here. Buying pressure. Let's see if that can continue. If it goes below the VWAP, then that plays out. Coin.
Watching USAR here. I might take an early trade on this if it goes to break 26 here in a way that I like. This is
Nice.
obviously strong this morning.
People are calling out MU. Let's see what's going on with MU. Yeah, nice setup there. Nice pop on MU. Another one. Again, careful with the size on MU. I would never thought I'd ever say that, but yes, careful with the size on MU.
MU has changed.
Yes, it has. AMD's going. PLTR actually
Still watching
failed.
USAR. I think USAR is very interesting for a
Mhm.
breakout over 26 if we can get up there. PL.
Good.
Oh, what is that? SLV. That's silver. Silver's at high a day.
Oh, PLTR is giving a lot back. Let's see what PLTR is going to do here below the VWAP, new low. Looking for a 5-minute ORB. We got to wait a little bit on PLTR. I didn't find any engulfing patterns. That's usually where I look for the first one. 1 minute engulfings. I didn't find any. Even on our secondary list, I didn't find any good ones that we could have taken an opportunity on. DRPR, look at this garbage. I'm glad I took this off my main list. There's nothing happening there. USAR looks like it wants to break 26. What is Market Atlas telling us? All right, friends, just waiting. All right, PLTR. Oh man, don't pull too far from the VWAP. It's getting too extended. We need a pullback on the PLTR. Lost a lot of ground once it hit the VWAP. So it is 5 minutes coming up. Let's see if we can get a pullback to the VWAP, and then I would like to go short. If we see the weakness off the VWAP on the way back down. So didn't think it was going to sell off this much though.
I picked USAR. Had to eat the loss on that. Unfortunately, that would not go over 26.
Oh,
Yeah, it
damn.
sucks.
Yeah.
Smart to
Look,
get
look like
out
it
there.
wanted. Yeah, look,
It
it wanted
did,
to go.
yeah. I think. I mean, we'll see. Might get back in that one, but I had to eat it there and keep the first
Yeah.
trade loss small so I can recover from it.
I don't think PLTR is going to pull back, friends. I think it's going to leave without us. It is not pulling back. So, 5 minutes done here. Your range for the 5 minute, which if you look at the 5 minute candle, I'm looking at this. I'm like, do I really want to go short here? Not really. Here, yes. We can pull back here and then show weakness. I will go short on PLTR, but I'm not getting in here because usually stocks do this, right? They get to extend, they bounce back up. So let's see if we get a decent enough pullback with the weakness continuing that we can take a short. And I'm just gonna pull up PLTR on the Market Atlas and see what we got. It does look bearish, man. Not by much, but it does look bearish. All right, here's a good, decent pullback on PLTR.
I'm gonna set an alert for USAR. I'm setting an alert at 25.7 or 25.80. I'm looking at Amazon now. I'm switching my eyeballs to Amazon, looking at that to see if there's something worthwhile.
149.80. 149.80.
There goes NVDA to the high day. I am not touching that thing though.
I am short PLTR, friends. Let's see here. Stop loss is 149.80. just above the VWAP. We got orders up there, so I'm hoping that we don't get there. And we head towards that 148, which we got 16,000 orders. So it looks a little bit weak there. Let's see if we can drop back down at least to the low of the day. I'll be happy. That's $1. I'll take a partial there, but I would love to break that and head lower as the 5-minute ORB. So let's see what it does. The concerning
Something
part
to
here is
watch here.
149.80. Yeah, go ahead.
The market's at PDC, so be careful. It's a
Mm-hmm.
possible rejection point. It's going through it at the moment, but it can affect
Yeah, oh, it
the
definitely
trade
can.
for sure.
Definitely can. So let's see if we can get a test of this low here. It does look. I like the way it looks on the Atlas too. So if you see Atlas, we got a bunch of orders down to 148, which is our first initial target, and then we got 147.20. This would be the winner here. We get here, this is where it's at. But we got to survive this pullback first. Let's see if VWAP could do his job and push it lower. Well, that's brewing. Let's see what else we got going on here. USAR still hanging out 25.36. What did Coin end up doing? Coin didn't really do much right now. Tesla's another one that looks just like PLTR. I mean, just like PLTR. Got the drop, got the pullback to the VWAP. And there's the sell-off, hopefully. Oh man, it looks just like PLTR, but nicer. I should have checked Tesla first. All right. PLTR is trying. Let's see if we could break lower.
Now,
There it
so
is,
there's the market
148.
maybe rejecting, or at least hanging up at PDC, so that you
Yeah.
can see the indecision here.
Yep. Let's see if we can get those 148 orders on PLTR. There's the SPY rejecting. Come on, sell off. This could help my costs. You sell off some more here. We are struggling here. This is not good. Not good. But we'll see. Stop is 149.80. That is where we'll stop out. If we go above the VWAP, the chances of us hitting that's going to be very, very high because we got some orders up there too at 149.80. I'm hoping the VWAP can push this down. Tesla.
Come on, Amazon, get going. Get going.
Are you in Amazon?
I am, but I really need to consider putting my stop at break even because it is just fumbling around way too much at my entry. It's really pissing me off.
Yeah.
It's because the spy's stuck, and I'm telling you, this is what happens. You get the spy stuck. I got to get out of Amazon.
Yeah.
I think it wants to go, but I think it wants to see the market go green.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking too. The market goes green, it's not gonna help my PLTR. We'll see what it does here. Mo, your long PLTR. That's a good. I mean, I personally wouldn't go long below the VWAP, but I don't blame you, man. It can go either way here. Right now, we had the nice momentum towards the bottom here, and then here, retest of the low. Now we're taking way too long. Like I don't like all this waiting, but we're gonna stick to our stop 149.80. We're gonna let the trade play out. I gotta tell you this though, that 149.80 orders are still there, so they're still being a pain in our butt. Right here, these guys are still hanging out here. We got 148.50, 148 here, so I would love to get to if we can. So let's see. Let's see if VWAP could do his job here. But if it does go above the VWAP, it can set up for a nice long as well as like Tesla, right? If Tesla goes above the VWAP, you can start looking for our VWAP breakout strategies. I won't immediately flip my position, but I will look for a VWAP breakout both on PLTR and Tesla are both setting up pretty nice for that if they can get above the VWAP. So let's see what happens.
All right, come on, SPY. SPY just went up to the high of day there. It's around 692.25.
Mm. All right. So who do we have here? Sonita Tarani 3676. Welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you. Thank you for joining the party. Take advantage of all the videos you have access to that are just for members, as well as good luck with the giveaway. We're doing a giveaway today and every day of the funded account. So exclusive for our Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So welcome. All right, let's see. PLTR going in the right direction, but can it break this 149, 148.58, which is the last area we have some support? Hashtag rant. Yeah, we'll do hashtag rant today for the giveaway. We could do that. Hashtag rant. Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny though, John. Like you said, I sometimes think about rant, like, oh, it could be a good rant. It'd be like on a Saturday morning. By Monday, I'm not remembering. If I don't write it down, I'm not remembering that.
The other dangerous thing about ranting is sometimes it's just your own crazy brain that thinks something's
Oh
rant
yeah,
worthy, and then other people
yeah.
listen like, what is wrong with you? You know, like why does
What's
that
wrong with this
bother you?
guy? Yep, 100%. All right, let's see if we can make a new low here. I got orders at 149.80 and I got orders at 148 still. These two areas where orders are sitting. Mo, not yet, Mo. Not yet. We're this can go either way. And depending where your entry is, if you're long, where your stop is below the support areas, you're still in play. This thing can really go either way here. So, let's see. Let's see if we can set a new low here. Long coin, not good. What is coin up to? Coin was it's a tough one. Didn't trade as good as we thought it was going to trade today. Um, so it's a tough one. But again, it's so early, right? This can be a great one later. Right now, we're just not getting much out of it at the moment. See, Mo, look at this, Mo, right? You thought it was going to sell off. Look at what it's doing now. See that? You just don't know. At this point, anybody's game at this point. SNDK, you guys call SNDK? Oh man, yeah, look at
That was a
that.
great breakout. I missed that one.
That is
God.
nice. That is nice. It's a great what ABCD pattern bull flag. I mean, you got a lot going on here. That's a great breakout there. Or is that six? Look at that level, 636.71. What is that? Daily? I have the pre-market. I don't even know what that is, but that's there. Went right to it. That's nice. That is nice. Right, PLTR, just back and forth. I don't like the way this looks here. I really do not like the way it looks. Yeah, I don't like the way this looks. Could get out here. My stop is 149.80. It's probably gonna go pick up this 149.80 and then head lower if it wants to head lower. If it even wants to do that. But 149.80 is our stop. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna go for it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, this could actually set up for. I'm not gonna flip my position here, so I'm out. Oh, oh, oh! Click the montage.
I hate
Okay,
when it
so
does that.
yeah, like you double click on it, and it makes it big. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna get out of it here. I'm not gonna flip my position, but if it does say nice view at breakout, it could turn out really nice as well. As long as like Tesla too, like Tesla looking really nice here for a VWAP breakout as well. Actually, I like Tesla. Tesla's already done the move. It's on it right now, actually.
Back to pre-market low for Tesla.
Oh. Yeah, gonna try long Tesla, friends. VWAP breakout on this one. PLTR is another one that actually might be doing. It's not doing it yet, but I am long Tesla here for the VWAP breakout. This is a nice setup. Um, so let's see what the Tesla does here, and then the other one to look at, guys, is PLTR. PLTR is looking really nice. Um, Atlas orders have moved higher for PLTR. If you like that one, you could look at that. But let me look at Tesla since we're in this one now. Tesla. Yeah, it's not a 42070. Uh, and
Oh my God, I'm finally out of Amazon to break even. That was very not fun. Okay. I didn't want to talk
what
about it. That's horrible.
is that?
That's a
Like,
horrible trade.
yeah,
God.
yeah. But you were
Oh
long
my
on this,
Lord.
right?
It probably is going now. I can't take it anymore, Carlos. At a certain point,
Yeah.
I just
Certain
want to
points
be
is
out of
like
this thing. It's
it's
like it
done,
should have
man.
gone earlier and I
Yeah,
stayed in it way too long. So if it goes now, it can have it stay. I don't even care. I really don't. And there it
yeah.
goes.
No,
There it goes.
I get that, man. Yep.
I don't care.
Been there, done that. I get it, man. Just get tired of it. Tired of waiting around here. All right, so let's see if Tesla can get the break going. Stop below the VF 417.25. Let's see if we can survive this pullback here. And then PLTR is now setting up for the VF breakout. I don't want to be in two trades, but this will be the entry right there. And then you got to give yourself at least $1 on these things. So, all
If
right, let's see
Amazon
if
hits 242
Tesla.
before it hits 241.19, I will take back my words and I will say I regret this. But
Is it going? Is it
it's
going?
it, it's not it's going, but it's
Yeah.
still there's a hesitancy that is very troublesome in this. It's annoying.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, PLTR. Look, there it is. That's your entry. Let's see if it can get to 151. I'm not in it, but this is where I would have got it in, and then I'm looking for like 151 on it. So let's see if it does it. I am in Tesla, and I'm looking hopefully 420, 422.50. That would be
Or
nice.
watch out that 420.69,
I
Carlos.
I know I'm like 420s there. Like I just thought about it. So like come on, 420 is gonna be an issue. 16. Let's hope that's not a thing for my trade right now.
I hope not.
Yeah, let's hope it's not a thing because this stock loves to mess around these levels.
Okay, there goes Amazon. I officially now I'm just now I'm mad. Take it back. I was trying to be
Oh
cool
yeah, it's a
before. I was trying to
big
act like it
move.
didn't bother me. Now it bothers me.
uh, MPOTR as well, friends. Hopefully, you guys took this one. This is probably gonna go too. Let's see. Let's see if Tesla just get through 420 with no problems. Just get through 421. Just move higher. Let's not think about these psychological levels that people have set. Let's just push right through and not make a big deal about it. Hopefully. Wow, Hood. What a nice short on Hood, friends. Stalled for a minute here, did nothing. It gave you a 5-minute ORB and then just drop. Would have been a hard trade to take because after it does this, you just don't know what's happening next year. Um, but what a nice short. All right, I'm looking at Tesla on my other screen here, friends. 420, just bouncing back and forth between 420. Oracle, nothing. Silver did drop a little more. DPRO is garbage. Let me take this stuff out of my list. This is just I don't want to look at it no more. I won't even have it here. Let's get rid of it. Ah, highlighting everything. There it is. Tesla struggling with 420-ish number. SNDK going for another test of the 636 level. This is just wild, man. Hood, out of bounds. USAR actually fell apart, never came back. And that's pretty much it. So just sitting on Tesla, seeing if we can get the move. And PLTR never actually got 151. So you barely got 1R out of this thing. Are we going to make 420 a thing here on Tesla? I think we are. I think we're making 420 a thing.
It's always a thing.
Oh,
It's unfair.
geez.
What did it get to? Got the 424, yeah, 42. So you're like 20 cents shy of
Yeah.
the silly level. It's ridiculous. And it does matter. I
Yeah.
hate to say it.
People, yeah. If enough people are looking at this thing, it does. Like,
We've seen it over and over. It's just you can't deny it after a while. Stocks
yeah.
are stupid.
All right, friends, waiting for the breakout here. If we can get it, let's see. CRML. Yeah, CRML also sold off. Yep. Good trade there if you took it. Very nice. All right, here it is, Tesla. Do your job. Come on.
Do your job.
Yes.
Give it that Bill Belichick encouragement there.
Oh man. I saw a documentary that came out with him and like him talking about the team and everything, and was it on Netflix? I forgot where it was, like a 6-part series, whatever. With Tom Brady and all the other teams, whatever. I mean, he's just dry. He's so dry.
So dry, yeah.
It's just like, dude, loosen up. Even the way he's sitting was just like all stiff. But you can't deny it was something special with that team. I mean, no question.
I've always loved his dryness. I hate that sports reporters demand drama and energy and stuff. And you get one
Yeah.
coach who just wants to be kind of chill and not feed into that, and they just hate it,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But you know where my loyalties lie, Carlos.
Very true. Yes.
Google just went through high a day. Didn't take it. Very easy move. Give me a break.
Look, Tesla is actually going to struggle at this level. Like,
It is.
this is
It is.
unbelievable.
It is. It's so stupid.
It's so stupid, but I might consider getting out here at break even.
It's got the pre-market low there, which may try to save it there, Carlos. I don't know.
Nah, I'm getting out of break even because even the Atlas now is looking so bearish. So I'm just gonna save the money, get out of break even here, and just wait for a different setup. I can't believe we're battling with this level. This is unbelievable. So yeah, I'm out. Small green. I could probably buy 2 gums or something, or not even. After commissions, probably red. What else? PLTR did get to 151, so it did that there. Good call getting out. That's a good call. Looks like it wants to go lower. All right, see what else we have. Coin, PLTR, AMD, very nice on AMD. USAR just continues lower. I don't have anything else, friends. All right, if you guys see any VI breakout, that's what I'll be looking for next. I don't see anything at the moment. Look at NVDA. This stock has been so, I'm not watching today, but look at how bad it's been today. And this is what we're kind of getting. We're kind of getting these fake breakouts. You know, like a month ago, you see this in NVIDIA and it was like, okay, we're breaking out and it will break out. Now you're not getting that. So I will be getting caught here on some dumbness and it'll just do this, right? So NVIDIA's not really playing nice lately.
I'm just not picking the right stocks lately, Carlos. See,
Yeah,
the streak of frustration continues. Google broke out great. I should have stayed in Amazon. I just keep picking the wrong ones. It's driving me bonkers the last 2 weeks I've been
yeah,
rough.
Amazon's been doing well here. Apple, let's take a look. Apple, yeah, could break out. Me, this would have been a nice VWAP breakout as well. Yeah, nice VWAP breakout pullback. Here's the confirmation. A target high of the day, which you're pretty much at right now. So that worked out, but again, too late to do anything with now. Even the short worked out a little bit, right? So here's a short to break down, pullback here. You didn't get a whole lot, but you got the previous day close as your target. So maybe 2 hours. So that traded well both ways. Um, it looks like it wants to go higher here, but I don't have a strategy at the moment for the way this is setting up right now. So gonna leave that alone. Tesla did drop, so glad I got out of that one. Coin, nothing. PLTR, nothing. Yeah, man, guys, I don't see anything. ASTS, someone mentioned. I looked at it, but here's the VR breaker you're looking at. Okay. Volume is so low though. Like it can still break out, but the volume is so low on this at the moment. So let's see. Let's see what it does. Let's see what it does as far as the actual setup. ASTS. I'm gonna type it in here and see.
Nvidia's at the low a day. It has been very range bound. It's not my kind of play at all, but I'd be curious to see if it tries to save itself here, if it's going to sell off more. The market's rolling over at the
Mm-hmm.
moment, so it's not helping anything to the long side, really.
Yeah. Carlos, in the earlier days of the morning show, did you ever crash out on camera? Crash out like internet or like what do you mean crash out? Don't I don't quite get. Like broke the system or something? Or crash in my trading? Like blow up my trading? Fall asleep? Not like freak out from a loss. No, I lost my cool for sure. I lost my cool. Um, but not much. Cause remember before when we did the pre-market show, we stopped at 9:30, right? So we stopped at 9:30, and so we've been doing it since 2019. But for a long time, we never traded live. Like we'll go to 9:30, then either Andrew will come on here or we'll just continue in chat. So there was a lot of years where we're not trading live the way we are right now. Um, oh, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for me to lose my cool, man. You got to do something really, really outrageous and just like even my losses, I have lost my cool, but it's been a while, man. It's been a
I was going
long,
to say
long
that's a
time.
funny question for you, Carlos, because I can't I think of all the people at variable traders, you will probably crash out the least.
Yeah, I just not saying I don't take losses. I get upset at my losses, of course, but yeah, just don't lose my cool. Takes a lot. Now when I lose my cool, it's pretty bad though. So that's not good because I've been in situations where like, oh yeah, that was a little too much. Uh, the reaction was too high for what that I called for. But look at that. Great call on Tesla, friends. Really great call on getting out of this thing. Look at this garbage failed here. Um, and it's going probably towards the low of the day.
Let's see what AMD does here. 245. Just spiked up and pulled back. It's retesting 245 at the moment.
Which one?
AMD.
AMD.
tough level because it's also Friday's high, which is very close to 245. I don't know what it is exactly. It's 245.24 from Friday. Just spiked through it. Now it's just like deciding, are we going to reject here? We're going to keep going.
Um, Oscar, by Mike, do you mean John, my partner in crime today?
Everybody always thinks I'm Mike. I think it as a
Oh,
compliment.
so the question is, do you teach your system in at BBT? I believe you do. You have your strategies in there.
Oh yeah, we have webinars. I'll probably do a webinar once a year on it. And then on Trading Terminal, there's a big long 2.5 hour course I put together on it over there. But yeah, I'm on the mic every day at 1 o'clock, so people come on. I mean, there's nothing to talk about in the afternoon. It's the most boring hour of the entire day, I swear, Carlos. So when people ask, how to trade, I'm like, we can do a whole webinar right now because there's not much else going on usually.
Yeah, yeah. It does die down a little bit, which is great. Great time to ask questions and just kind of get to know how other people trade and talk shop, because it's not as busy as it is in the morning. Like right now, if somebody asks a question, we got to go into details. We can't really do it. In the chat room, we can later in the day. So it's nice for that. That's just plus and minuses, right? Um, Friends, I don't see anything. Maybe Tesla going back up above the VWAP here. Do we like this? I mean, just look at the reverse here that we got just below the VWAP. So I don't want to just chase it here. I would like to see another VWAP setup. Hot Mike, what are you hearing? I don't hear anything.
It sounds like breathing. It might be my dog.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
He's snoring a bit.
No, I can't hear that. Sound engineer, please adjust. Oh, one mic is louder than the other. I could check, but I don't. Let me see. Say something, John.
Potatoes, rhubarb.
Yeah, I don't see a big difference, but it could be because maybe I have a mic far away. I'll bring it closer. Who's slower, me or John? And that can help. All right, so let's see if Tesla what it wants to do now. It's back above the VWAP. We can get a pullback. If we can get the same setup pullback and then a continuation. I mean, do I want to go against this 420 level again? Probably not. Probably not. And PLTR, I'm glad I didn't take this thing. This thing just went sideways and did nothing at all here. So brutal.
All right. I'm sorry. I was long AMD at 245. I didn't call it out because I've been doing so bad lately that I don't want anyone to follow me. I did
Yeah, I
just get
get
a
that.
I don't because I'd like and I'm the past 2 weeks, Carlos, have been a
Hmm.
struggle. Which is a hard thing about your strategy. It's easy to lose faith, and I've been doing this strategy for 7 years, and there are
Yeah.
there are dry spells, and I'm kind of going through
Yeah.
one, so I'm dealing with it. But I get very scared. People are gonna people latch on to anything you say sometimes, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a guru. I'm just a dude trying to make money like you guys. So
That's it, man. That's it.
but yeah, we got a pretty good move there, and now we got 247. I might take some off at the next dollar level here. If let's see if we can get through 247, that'd be cool.
Man, Tesla's telling me go long, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's very important, man. You have to have your own setup. Following someone doesn't work. I tried it with Andrew, best trader that I know, and it just doesn't work. You gotta have your own plan. And if you guys been here long enough, you'll learn that it just doesn't work. Because what's gonna happen is you might follow us when we're doing pretty bad, and then it doesn't work, and then you might not follow us when you start doing good. And now you don't follow the winning trades, you follow the losing trades. So, you know,
Yeah.
can't work like that. Can't not work like that.
I tried to mirror trade Andrew when I first joined. It's
Oh,
too hard to do over the internet,
yes,
and he's not
yep.
looking for the same kind of moves you likely are because I'm trying to get dollar moves on AMD here. Andrew will take partials at
Oh yeah,
50
30,
cents,
40
you know?
cents. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, which makes sense. He did it before. It makes sense now because of size. Like, if you train that type of size, you have to change the way you trade. Can't trade the same, you know.
Right. Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you, man. Uh, okay, I'm going Tesla long. I might
Oh, it's
regret this, but
it's back, baby.
I'm going Tesla long. Let's see. It looks somewhat bullish here. Let's take one more shot at it. See if we could break through this 420 level. Um, Giving this a 418.25, just close to the VWAP. Again, I don't mind taking $2 stops on a stock like Tesla, NVDA, and so forth. But again, manage your risk, right? Don't take a $2 stop with 1,000 shares. It's not gonna work, right? Manage your risk. So take less shares, and you risk the same amount that you would if you're trading Hood at $91, right? So manage how much you're going to lose per trade is very, very important. Speaking of Hood, trying to bounce here.
Price higher AMD less greater equal 247.51.
All right, let's see, friends. Up all good. Also an SNDK. I have it on my secondary list, but you know what, man? This thing is just wild. So, look at the breakout. So if you went back in on this thing, breaking out from the high of the day here, I don't have a strategy here at all, right? My strategies are 1 minute engulfing, 5 minute RB, view at breakout. So this here is not something I would trade. It just looks strong. This looks just beast mode right now. Are we back? Look at the daily. We're trying to get back up to all-time highs here, 164.70. I mean, I'm sorry, 674. 674. So it's looking to get back up there. It's just wild, man. So yeah. But again, I don't have a strategy. To me, it's just right now it looks like a stock that's really, really strong. Look at that $10 candle. It's not every day you see that, friends. Not every day you see that. All right, so we're long Tesla. I'm hoping that all these patterns start to play out and we get the break. Get to 422, 423. It would be awesome. So let's see. We sold off here, came back up. Let's see if we can continue to hold the VWAP and head higher. But man, it is struggling here.
I need to get an ad on AMD. I'm looking for a place to add in. It's been marching up since it broke out on a 1 minute chart. There's been no pullback. So when I get a pullback and a rebreak of the high day, I'm gonna look for a place to get some more shares in here. I've
Man,
got
this actually
38
this
shares
this
left. It's not a
took
lot.
off really nice, man. What's your entry? 245?
245, almost exactly. I got
Yeah.
296 shares at 244.99 and 4 shares at 245. So whatever that comes out to be.
Nice.
Oh, oh, there it is. It's 249.990133.
Yeah. It's funny. Do you guys? I was talking to some people on the onboarding class, and I was asking about this 5-centric, and nobody knew about it except me. Tesla's gonna stop me out again. Do you remember that, John? You can remember because you was around for a while. The 5-centric stocks.
5
That it
cent
was.
trick?
Yeah, the 5-cent stocks that used to move like 5 cents at a time.
No, I don't recall that.
Really? No, you were
Yeah.
definitely around for that though, I think. All right, so here we are below the VWAP. I think I got a bail on Tesla. It's really not gonna break this 420. I am shocked and appalled by this situation with Tesla. Like it really does not want to break the 420. So yeah, so there was these tickers that were in the exchange. I think it was an American exchange. They were trying to try where a stock, instead of moving like, 10 cents, 11 cents, 12 cents, 13 cents, 14 cents, it'll go from 10 cents to 15 cents, 20 cents. And that's all it did. It didn't do the cents in between. And they were called 5-centric, whatever, that the terminology. And they had a few tickers that were doing that. They were trying it out, but then they got rid of them because it was just, it was not working. People didn't ended up not trading them just because, automatically, if it went against you, you were losing 5 cents at a pop, and that can add up pretty quickly. Now, the brokers and market makers will love it, right? Because they make their money quick in one tick. But, traders just didn't really trade those type of stocks.
So I added a few shares here at 248.24. So I pulled back a bit, not as much as I wanted, but I was going for the first pullback and re-break. So now I've moved from 38 shares to 60. I'd like to get at least kind of build this back up to 100, and then I can make some decent money. But,
nice. Man, this is pushing. All right, Tesla's back above the VWAP. I just don't think it has the juice to actually get higher. And looking at Atlas, it's just it looks bearish, man. It doesn't look bullish at all, actually. So it's not in my favor, not by much. But it's not looking good.
So I don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched here, but AMD is approaching 250. What I notice when stocks approach key levels like that, these decade levels, especially an important one like a 250, a 350, 450, they'll often go to about 50 cents below. So like 249.50, somewhere around there will be the initial pullback. I don't have a spreadsheet to support this, Carlos, but I swear I've seen it like a billion times. So
I'm it's not factual. It's not factual, but we've seen it. I know what you mean, man. I know what you mean. The stuff like that is just based on experience, and there's just nothing really that we have to show you like based on this and that, right? So I get it.
So I'm looking for a partial here between like 248. 40 and 60, like somewhere in that zone to see. Or excuse me, 249, 40 and 60.
Man, we'll AMD. AMD's rocking, man. Today I picked the wrong trades, I tell you. Tesla for the second shot here. Let's see if he does anything. And then PLTR was garbage. So.
All right, here we go into the 249s. Wow. Give me that $50 there, baby.
Is NVDA joining the party? NVIDIA is joining the party. Yeah, it is. I'm looking at it. Yeah, it is joining the party. It's going.
NVIDIA should be thrown out of the party. They should grab it by the collar and throw it out into the street. You can't come to the party. You've been misbehaving. You can't handle your alcohol. Get out.
Yeah. MU is doing some stuff as well. Not the prettiest compared to like AMD. AMD was really the one today, man. Wow, that is rocking.
Got to 249.26. Not quite where I thought. And then it started its pullback. A little bit short. Now let's see if I can survive because my break even's 246.23 and I will get out there.
Yeah. My Tesla is up and down. Keeps trying to hold the VWAP at here 418.20, just slightly below it, but I think it's way bearish. I'm gonna jump out of it, friends. I'm gonna get out of it here. It's just too bearish. Looking at this on the Atlas, and it's just way too many orders. We might start actually going lower and just diving into here. So, second loss on Tesla, but the first one was actually breaky. It was actually a green trade actually, but I'm considering a loss because I didn't make no money. So didn't make anything here, and then here's our actual loss today. And I'm glad I got out because this looks very bearish. We're breaking down 418 today.
I think the boss
start. Rough start. Oh, what a Monday. Andrew, we're horrible. Doing so bad. I'm gonna crash out. Oh my goodness! You know what? Mondays is my worst days compared, according to Interactive Brokers data. Mondays are my worst trading days. Over time. And today's proving to be one of those days. All right, let's see. Let's see what else. What else? For some people, it's Friday for some reason. No, let's ask people what is their worst trading days. Let's do a poll. Let's do a poll. Get my mind off this stressful day.
Is it bad if I say my best trading day is Saturday?
What are you doing? Are you doing trading Forex?
I've never lost any money on Saturday.
I love that. Saturday and
record.
Sunday, best trading days ever. Never lose. Oh man. You know, I say that, but I just looked at my P&L. It's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just frustrating. What are you doing, Tesla? What are you doing? What is this nonsense, man? What is happening right now? You want me to spaz out here on live TV? See, you guys started this talking about Carlos is always keeping it cool. And now Tesla's showing me that, no, we're going to break Carlos' school today. It's cool. We're going to break and say, look at this thing. Oh, wow. Yeah, Mojito, I see that. So Andrew's in Dubai and he's coming back tomorrow. Nice. I knew it. I told Peter last week, Andrew's not flying back straight to Vancouver. Doesn't do that. He has his stops to make. Oh man, I really want to get back into Tesla. I really do.
It's teasing.
I really want it. Like if I was in live with you guys, because I want to be a good example, I would definitely get back into Tesla.
I'm looking to add some more shares on AMD again, but I want to see the bid come up
Nice.
above 249. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Well, I better do what I said. All right. So I'm a few more shares into AMD, trying to build this position back. Now my new break even is 246.75. And I'm such a cheap person that I bump it up to 246.80 so I don't get slipped. Which is probably silly on a stock like AMD, Carlos, but you know, I
you got your process, man. I
do.
Silly, dumb stuff too. That's not dumb, but like it seems like it doesn't make any sense. Why are you doing this? Does it really make a difference? Type stuff, right? That's probably the better way to say it. I do the same thing too, and it's just like
I think 9 times out of 10, if not 19 times out of 20, even if I put my stop a little above my break even, I would have got stopped at a break even eventually. And so it just prevents the slippage. On days like this where I started out so poorly, I just don't want to take these like stupid slippage losses that kind of contribute back to my P&L issues. And I'm cheap. What can I say, Carlos?
Yeah, I understand, man. I get it.
Give me that 250 AMD. Do it. Do not be scared. I know it's a big number. But you are the new NVIDIA. Now is your time.
It really is, man. AMD is where it's at. Andrew traded AMD as well, looks like, as you mentioned in chat. And yeah, AMD is where it's at, man. Oh yeah, look at Andrew's trading here. Let me show you guys.
There's never a day you could break 250 AMD. I feel like today's the day. It is up 5.5% though, man. That's a lot.
Andrew got in for the high of day breakout too. Oh, he traded in NVDA, so he's in NVIDIA too. Man, he is crushing today. This is gonna be a blockbuster day for Andrew, because he's oh man, 1 minute. RB, boom, 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 boom. Add it, I assume, yes. Add it. Oh man, that is monstrous day right there on AMD. That is the way to trade this thing. Look at the 5 minute, how clean that is. And then you're in the same area on 245 as well. Wow.
Well, 246.80
nice.
now because I've been adding to it.
Oh, well, yeah.
But that was the initial entry, yeah. Man,
That
I probably should have partialed up there.
nice.
This is going to be tough at 250. Don't
That
do a
is
big
nice,
pullback.
Nice. All right. Let's see, friends. Let's see. I think Tesla's just winding up to break this 420, but I'm probably not going to be part of that.
It will, Carlos, probably. How many times is it going to take your wallet before it does it? That's day trading for
Yeah,
you. Right?
exactly. How much pain am I willing to take to see if this thing's going to break out here? It is a great setup again. This looks good, man.
This thing is yanking up people's underwear and taking their lunch money.
I know. All right. All right, one more time. Last time. This will be my third. Actually, it's only my second trade. The first one, break even. Doesn't matter. So we go four. We go for another shot. All right. Back in long on Tesla. This is my last try, though. After this, I won't touch it. But let's see if we could break this 420. I know if we break it, it's going to be great. Like, if we break this, it should at least. It should be really nice. But let's see. All right. Last time. Promise. Nah, actually, I don't promise. You never know. I don't promise it.
I promise nothing.
No, I promise nothing.
Oh,
my son thinks everything I tell him is a promise. And I'm like, yeah, we might do this later. You just promise. I'm like, I said we might do this later. It might not happen. You can't say that. You gotta tell him no, yes or no. You can't go in between with him. He's very particular about that. So I learned the hard way. If it's a maybe, just say no.
That's because children are like dogs.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
I have to be very careful what food I give my dog because if I give him anything, he remembers it forever. And then if I pull it out of the fridge, he's like, "I got that once, and so I'd like."
Where
it
is
again.
it? Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm like,
it's
I never
engraved.
intended to give you beef Wellington twice. You were lucky to have it once or whatever. But kids are the same way. They sort of do these internal metrics in their head of how many times you've relented. You know what I mean, Carlos?
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely. It's insane how they grab onto something. All right, let's see if Tesla could break this 420 situation here. And soon we'll do a giveaway for our Lambos and Garbage Truck family. So if you want to join for that, make sure to sign up. You still got time. You can sign up over at right on YouTube. You can sign up for the $50,000 funded account giveaway happening for our Lambos and Garbage Truck members. So just go to YouTube, click join right next to the subscription, and you're able to join the draw happening a little bit later. So, all right. Now we're just seeing if Tesla is gonna give us our money back. Give us our money back, Tesla. No, Sanos, not yet. I gotta set it up. I have to set it up. It's not up yet. The Nightbot is not up.
Do it, AMD, do it.
So how does the Atlas look for AMD, by the way? What's the situation there? Let's take a look.
All right. This is a little paper-handed, but I'm taking a partial at 249.83 just in case 250 is going to be some giant psycho case level today.
Some drama.
That grabs me a hundy. I never regret taking a hundy there, Carlos.
No, absolutely not.
It's like Andrew probably never regrets taking $10,000. You know what I mean? We're the same.
Take it. If it's there, take it.
We're the same.
Take it.
He's just 1,000.
Yeah, I can't. More. You know, like I know a lot of people don't partial, but man, I can't see myself trading without partialing. It's just a thing that probably is not going to work.
You know, Carlos, I tried this year to start the year with no partialing, and I was doing well for a while until I kind of hit this streak of just struggle, and then it's like really hard to watch so many trades like pop and go back to break even after a while. So I admit I'm a bit weak. I'm kind of back to partialing.
Yeah, I can't trade like that. I can't see being in the green and not a like large amount, but a decent amount. Like if you could make that every day, you'd be happy, right? Being there and then letting it come back down to break even or even red to your stop, no, I can't survive that. My psychology cannot survive that. It'll put me on tilt. So
Ian's pointing out PLTR to me because Ian sees PLTR going toward high day. The problem, Ian, with PLTR, if you look on my little, am I live on YouTube? I mean, obviously I'm live.
yeah, you are. It's just you.
So
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
I wasn't live on my own screen, but this is
Yeah.
my little reminder chart. And at the top of that are some reminders about what I'm looking for in my high day break trade. And you see the sunshine up above at the top. That means clear skies. So PLTR does not have what I call clear skies above. It's got yesterday's high or Friday's high, and then it's got the pre-market high. And I know in my heart that when those levels are there at the high a day, it's not the best place to take a break. It can work for sure. It happens, but typically or more often than not, they provide resistance. So I'm going to try to remember my little cartoon I made for myself here and not get into PLTR at these levels.
Damn you, Tesla. Who do we have here? Marianne. Did I say that right? Yeah. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you. So, Maria. Maria, and then I can tell what the rest. 8285. Welcome to Lambos and Garbage Truck. Great to have you, and good luck. Good luck today as we do our giveaway in just a second. And I'm gonna get stopped out of Tesla again. The same spot here, 418.25. It's bouncing there now, friends. I'm looking at it here. Oh, it's just playing games. If you're a range trader and you're trading these ranges, you are set today. But if you're a breakout trader like me, it is giving you a really hard time because it just keeps coming back down to this VWAP. It keeps struggling. Now, not even 420. It's just getting to like 419, 419.94. And then look at this. What is this? What is it? What are you doing? Look at this madness. Like, this makes no sense to me. Just break out. Like, this thing is giving us long traders hope when you have such a buying pressure like this come in and push the stock up right back to this level. Eventually you got to give up and break through. Like, come on, give us something.
Hey, Carlos, can I share a screen? Is that possible?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Once you share it, I have it here. Let me see. Yep, just sharing the Zoom. Yep, I got it. I got your screen here.
So is it on this? Yeah, there it is. So this is a spreadsheet I use to calculate adding to positions. So my current position on AMD is 38 shares at 246.75. That's my break even point after I've entered and added and sold and done a few things. What I would do on AMD, if I survive this trade, if I don't get stopped out at break even, we go back to 250, I want to do kind of a large add, large relative to my shares I'm holding. So what I like to do is see like what my new break even will be when I add shares. So I might think to myself, if I have 38 shares, if I added 62, that'd be a pretty large add. It would get me back to 100 shares. If I added those at say like 249.90, somewhere around there, what it tells me is my new break even down here is 248.70. And then I can look at the chart and see like, is that a pretty good level to have? Is it like, that's my new stop, essentially, break even stop. And what I notice is it's below 249, so that's good. It's got that dollar level to save me. But if I look on the chart, there's actually a level at like 248.20, 248.15. And if I could get below that, I'd be below like actual support, but I couldn't add nearly as many shares. I'd have to add much smaller. So if I added, instead of 62, if I added 42, that still wouldn't get me down to 248.20. If I added 22, that would do it. But I can't add as many shares, but that would get me around there. Maybe 32 is a good place. Yeah, 32 shares would get me to 248.20 pretty much. So this is an exercise I do as I am in a position and I'm looking to add shares. I'll recalculate what my average cost will be based on something I might do in the future, just to see if my stop ends up in a logical place. Hopefully that makes sense to people. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense because that's one of the issues when you add too much and then you put your stop at a place where you can't survive the pullback. That's one of the biggest problems, right? With adding. So
right.
That makes sense, man.
And I could, if I go for the straight breakout, I could say, well, what if I had 100 shares? I could add like 200 honestly, and I could keep my stop at like as low as 249.40. But basically what I need is it has to be a clean break. It has to go right through 250. I have to be exactly correct. If I leave myself more room, I don't have to be exactly correct time wise, but that's another option is to just go big when I get back to 250, assuming the next visit to 250 will be a pretty quick breakout. I could add 200, even 250 shares as well. So I will consider if it happens. Right now I'm pretty close to being stopped out as well. So we'll see where it goes in the end. That's all.
Awesome. Awesome stuff. Thomas Felix, welcome to the Lambos and Garbage Truck family, my friend. Great to have you. Good luck today with the giveaway. But thank you for joining. And welcome. Welcome to the family. $255 on AMD is possible today. It could be. Again, you're getting a little pullback right now, but anything's possible. AMD is so strong right now. Anything is possible.
Yeah, day
All
like
right,
this, it totally is.
What happened?
I was just saying on a day like this, it is possible.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
more than I'm trying to achieve probably.
Tesla, man. It's just what a pain. If this price action was not around 420, we probably could have been hit 420, 422, or $2 more from our entry, whatever. But this 420 situation is just really out of control. Just look at it. It's the back and forth, the back and forth. It's just crazy. I don't know. It just doesn't make. I mean, I get why, but it doesn't make sense why we can't just break out. John, any way you could share this spreadsheet? How can we get? Is it something you have out there?
I could try to share like I don't know how YouTube would feel about a Google document link.
If you have mod access, it'll send it. If not, I can send it.
I do have
Like,
wrench access. Yeah. Let me see if I
okay,
can set up a
should be able to
shareable
put it.
version of it that if it gets
Yeah.
destroyed, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what else? What else, friends? Let's go around and see what we got going on. SNDK pulled back. They hit 6 and 650, 663. Holy smokes. Wow, that is a monster. Hood never recover. Oracle, nothing. Silver continues slower, down to as low as 69.68 on there. Tesla back and forth between 418 and 420. Just can't seem to break this here. Really struggling. And if I look at my Atlas, what do we have on Tesla since I'm in this trade? How does it look? Premier views. Me and you're thinking the same, man. We're thinking the same. It is wild. Let me show you. It is really just. I mean, it doesn't get more balanced out than this. It looks more bullish, a little bit more bullish, I have to say. But you can see we're just right in the middle, surrounding ourselves around this 420 area, right? So, but it does look more bullish, though. I do have to say, like, I hopefully can get it to break out here. It did try. It hit 420.20 and then slammed back down twice. Well, once. Tried again, back down, and now we're struggling here to get back up there. So let's see. See how it handles. Here it is. One more try again. Looks like it's going to try one more time to try to break. I got to be ready, man. This thing is, if it breaks, it can probably do really good. I mean, let me be ready. Let me get my montage activated.
There's a link there for the spreadsheet.
There it is. Yep, I see it.
See if that works. You'll have to download your own copy. Come on, AMD, get yourself.
PLTR.
Oh, there goes
AMD.
Tesla, Carlos.
Oh yeah. Let's go. And we keep going. Finally, let's see. All right, for orders 421. Come on.
It's got to get to that intraday high a day to convince me it really is doing something here, which is more like 421.50 ish.
Yeah, yep. And that's also well, high day is 421.70. But yes, I agree. Agree. Um, let's see if we're gonna get the continuation here.
All right, market's been climbing up for 6 or 7 minutes. Be nice if AMD could latch onto some of that happiness.
All right. Good buddy Tesla's doing something. Finally. Atlas showing bullish, but not by much. Gonna get ready to take an order at the high of the day. I might even take it sooner. If I see the price action kind of faltering a little bit, I might take it sooner. Let's see. Let's see if we can get 421.70. Atlas looks good. 421.80, 421.90. We got tons of orders up there. I'm taking a partial here. Taking a partial. I don't want to come back. We come back to 420. I'm out. I'm just not gonna be watching this back and forth here. So take a partial here. We'd love to see this go higher if we can. But will not shock me if we're back at 420. Just ding dong around over here, just back and forth. Like,
Well, then you got to
know,
wonder is that going to be support, right? Because it was so much
right.
resistance on the
Yeah.
way up. There's a good chance it will support itself at 420,
Mm-hmm.
69-ish, and then you got to
Yeah.
deal with that. The old retest, man, they drive me nuts.
Yeah. Yep. I love retest for the entry. I don't love the retest when I'm already in it. I want to just
That's
go.
right. Exactly.
Just go.
Exactly.
Just keep going.
Looks like GoFly 68 hit their daily goal. Congratulations and smart move if
Very
you really are
nice.
taking off. Yeah, get out of here.
Very nice. Very nice. Take it and run, man. Take it and run. I had a trader email me. Email me a few days ago, and he last week, and I hear these stories a lot where he's making money. He's making money. He's made 1,200 one day. The other day he made like 1,400, and he keeps just one more trade. I'm feeling it. I'm doing good. One more trade, and then he gives it back and then some. So,
Right. Yeah.
take the money and run. I've been there because you want to be aggressive, right? Like if you have a high hand, why will you stop, right? You want to be aggressive because people are like, well, you have a high hand, keep going, be aggressive, and then when you don't trade well, we stop, right? So some people keep going to try to make their money back, and sometimes that works great. But once you have the money, like Andrew says many many times, if you keep trading, you're going to give it back. You're not gonna win every time. You're gonna give it back. So not always, but there's no worse feeling, man, than having money and losing it. I'm telling you, there's something that happens psychologically that just drives us insane when you had $2,000 day, 1,200, and you give that back. I'm telling you, you want to feel crappy, do that. Lose money you already made.
What's very interesting too, Carlos, is sometimes when we make money, like say you make you make $200, you make $207, right? You're like, oh, nice day. I made over $200, just over, You take another trade and you get knocked down to 170.
Right.
And it drives you nuts because you want the two back. You know what I mean? You're like,
Right.
I had 200 something, I got 170.
Oh.
But if you do the math and you take out your calculator, just do this. 170 divided by 207 is 82%. So is that really so bad? You're still
Is that
maintaining
worth it?
82% of what you made on the day. It's still a good chunk,
Right.
Oftentimes when you go back and you do that math, you'll be like, I'm actually above 90% of what I had on the day. Like it's not a big deal. But we will claw back this stupid $30 loss on a $200 day. And it'll kill you.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how we think like it doesn't make sense at times, you know. But eventually, you get burned enough that you realize, you know what, you should just stop doing it. You get burned enough that you see, you know, that 210, that 207 as okay, this is really good. I'm stopping right here. And if you do decide to take another trade, you go down to 180, 170, you realize, hey, it's only a couple of bucks. I'm gonna walk away now, you know. So some people have a strategy when they feel, you know, they feel that they're trading well, they're in sync with the market. If they lose a certain percentage of what they made, they should stop trading no matter what. Stop trading, right? Just to protect the capital. That's a good way to do it too. The thing is, are you going to be disciplined enough to stop trading? That's the problem. Like you could have all your rules, but the more decisions you have to make, the more chances of you breaking that decision or not following it. So you got to keep it as simple as
Right.
possible. You know, don't overcomplicate it. Because if there's too many decisions, there's just too many opportunities for error, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm a big fan of the one strategy, method to trading. And one nice thing about it is because I'm only trading high day breaks every morning for years and years. I've been doing this. I happen to know from experience when I make X amount of money by X time in the morning or have lost X amount of money by X time, I have a good way. It's easy to evaluate what my chances are of making back the loss or making
Mm-hmm.
more than I gained. Like it's it's you get used to it and the numbers start to become sort of consistent. But if every strategy in the world is allegedly open to you, you can always say like, well, I'll hang out. Maybe I'll catch a reversal, even though you don't trade reversals. You might, well, maybe there's
Yeah,
one I can
yeah,
catch in the afternoon, and like you don't know what it's worth to you really, like what's a good reversal going to get you because you don't trade them. So I don't know. I've always really pushed the one strategy thing. I think it's psychologically so much easier, but most people don't really want to hear that.
yeah, yep. I forgot to trade on my funded account today. Um, that's the hard part. So I reset my funded account, but I forget to trade on it sometimes, and then that's no good.
That's a real thing in trading. I traded on my training account last week by accident, but I actually lost money on the morning. So when I found out I was in
Oh
my sim
yeah,
account, I was totally
yeah.
stoked.
I heard. I heard.
It was like a whole do-over for the day.
All right, two partials in on Tesla, so we at least made some money here. Um, let's see what it wants to do here. Pulled away pretty nice from 420, so I don't expect it to come back to 420 that easily. But again, the way this thing's been trading the last couple of minutes, hour or so, it's just been so choppy, just stuck in a range for the most part. Oh,
Ugh,
USAR was actually pretty nice breakout here.
it broke out.
Oh, it
Oh
broke
my
out.
God, it got up
USAR.
again. No kidding. Look at
Yeah.
that. Oh yeah, not to the high, but
Not,
yeah.
yeah, I should, once assumed it. I'm like, okay, it's not that big of a breakout, but yeah, it did get something going here.
Took my eye off that one. Yeah. Uh, AMD is
All right.
killing me here. Oh, we had a run above 249, but it gave it up. Looks like I'm going to get stopped out at break even. I think that's going to be the outcome here for the rest of the shares.
Yep, yep, yep. I am holding on to Tesla. Spy's pulling back a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't mess us up too much. Um, let's see here. See what happens. Yeah, so and it's another reason why following someone doesn't work, right? For example, let's say if you followed me here, well, if you followed me here, you broke even. If you follow me here, you lost money, and then you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna follow Carlos in the next trade because he doesn't have it today, and then the next one's a winner. Andrew did that to me
Right.
so many times. I'm just like, oh, that like I'm not gonna take this trade. He already lost 3 times, and then that's the one that just takes off and just recovers everything. So it's just psychologically you just can't trade like that with somebody else's patterns and setups. It's just or ideas and how they are looking at the market. It's just very very difficult. Um,
On AMD pivot, baby. I just got saved at 247 momentarily. I need a V-shaped reversal here. I don't think I'm gonna get it, but we can always
all
bag it.
right, Tesla. I don't like what's happening.
What is that daily level Tesla's kind of pushing up on there? It's it's yesterday's low or Friday's
Yes,
low. That's a
yeah,
tough level because you're trying to get back
yeah,
into yesterday's range or Friday's range. So if that happens, it can be very nice, but it has to prove that
yeah,
it can do that.
yeah. It's a tough one. I don't like this sell-off. All right. I don't know if I want to get all out, but maybe another parcel. I don't know.
No partials on
Not
the way
sure,
down, Carlos.
friends.
Partial on the way up.
Yeah, I know. Parcel on the way down is like just might as well take everything out.
That's classic paper hands. What's your break even on it?
I'm still pretty good. 419 ish.
Oh hell.
Well,
Yeah,
no, not 419. Like it's right below 420. Right below this area.
yeah. I think
Yeah, so
well,
I
it's
got yeah, I got some room. I got some room. But you know what happens, right? I had a loss on it, so now I'm seeing like, okay, I'm in green now, right? So it's like you want to go back
yeah.
and red, right? You start doing that stuff, which you shouldn't. Every trade's individual of his other one. But you start doing that type of math, and that does play into you a little bit.
If you're below 420 as a break even, that's a pretty nice protection possibly.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's
Because this is the level I want to get. I don't want to come back to. This is 420.21, right? So I'm hoping that this can act as support and hopefully go higher. So yeah, we got some space, and let's see what it does. All right, friends, let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Hit that thumbs up over on YouTube if you haven't done so already. Really appreciate it. It helps us out a ton. Our goal is to always end the show around 400, 450. I haven't even looked at what we have today. 301. Ah, it's not bad. I didn't even ask you guys for like, maybe I did it earlier today, but that's actually pretty good. So thank you so much. 303. I'll hit it myself here. I really appreciate that. As it does help. It does help out. It does help out the channel. And to grow our community and our audience, and we appreciate all of that. What am I looking for? Giveaway, yeah, giveaway on Nightbot. Let's set this up. Let's give away a funded account, and see who the winner will be for today. Hashtag rant. Yeah, let's do hashtag rant. Hashtag rant. We'll do that.
oh, I'm out of AMD. It's over.
It's done. It was a
Ski
good
poo.
move, though, right?
Yeah, it was good.
It was a good
Got
move.
back some losses this morning.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very, very nice. Here's AMD bouncing back of 421. Yeah, I should be patient with this thing. This thing can actually, Tesla, it's got potential, man. It's got potential.
Oh, AMD don't bounce now. Why? Oh, I hate you. I hate you. Don't you dare run back to 250 from here.
Of course it's going to. But of course.
That's interesting.
All
That's
right,
because my
friends.
break even was not even in a particular location that should have mattered. It's so if it bounces from my break even, it's just like the market laughed at me.
Mm. All right, guys, doing pretty good. 94 entries on hashtag rant. for our giveaway. We'll do it in just a second here, another minute or so. Let's see what Tesla wants to do. All right, let me hashtag rant to myself too. See if I get lucky today. But nothing, because if I win, I'm just gonna redo it again. So just gonna give it away to somebody else. All right, let's do it, friends. All right, so here it is. Our winner for today is going to 1, 2, 3. Everybody's in. Good, good. All right. Winner goes to Bat Wayne. Bat Wayne. You are the winner, my friend. Congratulations. It's like Batman Wayne, like Wayne from Batman. Is that what that is? Nevertheless, congrats. Congrats. Email me, carlos@bearbetraders.com. I finally won something. Yeah, at least somebody's winning. But yeah, email me, carlos@bearbetraders.com, and we will get you all set up, my friends. So congratulations. We do it again tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that. As we're looking at our Tesla trade, hopefully go higher here. Let's see if it can break. Was your entry captured? I can check. Yeah, it's captured. Yeah, you are. We got a couple of people that say they can't, their entries are not captured, but they are. Look, if I type you're in here, bright, there it is. That means you were in. So you were in. You were captured. You can see all the names here. Everybody with a check mark was captured. So you are in the giveaway. Eliza, yes, every day until I run out of list of codes. I have a spreadsheet a mile long that Andrew gave me of codes, so we're gonna give one out every single day. I don't know how much Andrew made on his P&L today because I wasn't hearing, but I know he did well because he was in a couple of really good trades. John, I don't know if you happened to catch his P&L. I know he's gone for.
I did not. I saw him pop in here and thank
evening.
you and I for something about AMD, but
yeah, yeah. And then he probably went to do dinner or whatever he's doing in Dubai, but yeah, he did well. I know he did well because his AMD trade was insane. Like if you guys, I don't have it up, but he got in here, like here, partial all the way up here, added here, partial all the way up here, added here. I mean, when he does that, that is a big day usually, especially with such a early entry on. And then he also traded in NVDA on a breakout too. So he had at least those 2 trades I saw by looking at his thing, and they looked awesome. So I know he had a big day. He might post a recap later if he gets a chance to. All right, Thor is up next, friends. We'll stick around and see what he's up to. And I'm gonna just babysit this Tesla trade. And see if we can get to a nice breakout. This could be if this thing does want to go, John, like you were saying, if it can break these daily levels and we can get into a real nice breakout, this could be a really good day.
yeah, it's a whole new game if it breaks
Yeah.
or Friday's low. It can be. So yeah, it could be nice. And you got the pre-market high up there, Carlos, which is evidence that like this morning it's been higher, you know?
Yeah.
So the capabilities there, people know it's been there already this morning. You know, Ian mentioned PLTR earlier, and I gave my reasons why I don't like it. I must admit, this thing is really setting up some drama at 151, which means 2 things. It's going to break out like a boss, maybe, or it's going to reject again and again, and it's just going to keep taking your lunch money. I don't know which one, but it does look interesting.
Yeah. All right, see what else we got here. PLTR actually looks like it wants to break out. It's kind of been slamming into this 151 area, higher lows here overall, and then just again trying one more time to break out of that. Then you got the high of the day at 154.34. We tried to take this short, that didn't work out, and then Tesla did pretty good here. So let's see what's gonna happen, if it's gonna continue or not. SanDisk This thing's gonna be $1,000 very soon.
Oh yeah, that thing's up today too. Look at that.
Look at this daily. I mean, it's just
You know, the
nuts.
market cap on this thing's not that big. You know, for the
No,
price, you think it's like one of these monster companies, but
it's
I
not.
think it's like 80 billion or something, which it sounds silly
Yeah,
to say that's a small number, but in the world of tech, that's not
it's
a
very
big.
small. Yeah, it was
uh,
smaller than most. Yeah, yep.
So, yeah, what's the market cap right now?
It's
97. It's pushing up on 100 bill or 100, yeah, 100 billion.
it's just insane, insane. Um, but yeah, let's see what it does there, and then Hood, Oracle, Silver continues his massacre. The humanity on Silver.
Oh my gosh, yeah, look at
As
that.
it loses, what is this? We lost a couple of days gains here. And it's funny how a lot of people called this saying, "Hey, don't jump in here, don't jump in here." I know Brian was one of them saying, "People be careful jumping in here." He actually got rid of some, and a lot of people had the same mentality, like it's just
Well, you
getting
got to
out of
look at the history
control.
of precious metals, Carlos. A lot of people believe
Yeah,
in gold and silver, and I won't
yeah,
take that away from anybody, but the parabolic nature, like the way these things have been running, is just uncharacteristic of things like gold and
yeah.
silver. And it's like it would make more sense if like the US had defaulted on debt or there was some major economic crisis
Major crisis,
that
right?
would justify that run up, but there isn't really. There's just more speculation that the dollar will weaken or whatever, but it never made sense to me,
Right.
but you know, whatever.
I hate there's people out there. I mean, there's people that I know that think a heavy recession is still coming, right? And maybe it is. I'm not saying it's not, but you got people that are sitting on that fence, that side of the field, and they're looking at this like a way to get ahead of it. But man, you're right. This is taking a big dive here, and we
You
could
have your
come
eye
back
on
next
Tesla,
week.
Carlos? Carlos, you watching
I
Tesla?
do. Yep,
Okay.
I do. It's coming back here to my. I have it on my other chart. It's coming back here to my break-even point, which will bail on it. But But yeah, you got people sitting on that side of the fence that think that this was the move. I mean, again, we could come back next week and this thing could be at all-time highs again. Like I can't put nothing past something when it's so parabolic like this. All right, here it is. Our break-even, friends, on Tesla. So we're going to get out of it. We made some money on it. We didn't get the big cherry on top on the breakout, but we made some money on it. So we're happy compared to what the last couple of trades have been. So here it is, our breakout 420. I'll get out of break even and then watch this thing go back up to like 423. The minute I hit the button, the minute I say sell everything, it's gonna just shoot up. It happens all the time.
Yeah, it's a
uh,
previous resistance point though. So what are you gonna do? You either
yeah, no,
you
I
know,
gotta. Let me see. Hit my break even there. This bouncing. Let's see if it actually can hold. I could afford to give it a little bit more room. I could afford to give it to 419.69. More than that, it would be irresponsible.
come on, Tesla.
Let's see. See what it wants to do. Let's see. Four
Carlos
nineteen
is
sixty
here.
nine. We'll get out of it.
Carlos is here every day working his butt off. The least you could do. It's not doing it.
No, we're out of it. Now we're out of it. For 1969, we're out. But yeah. But not bad, not bad. It gave us something at least. I thought it was not gonna give us anything at one point there. At least it gave us something. All right, I do see my
I mean,
south of.
maybe gave you more than I got today. I have no trades on today at all
It's a
so
tough
far.
day, man.
So I
Tough.
mean,
Actually,
it's just a nothing burger for me. Like the
mm-hmm.
range is like Tesla here, higher narrow
Yeah.
range. Started off selling in pre-market, started selling off at the open. Like this thing is going to be a choppy nightmare today. So
Yeah, man.
because it's in more
Look,
of a
look at
buying
this.
range, I wouldn't want to be
Yeah.
short necessarily here. It's a good buy, but it's a lot of selling. So it's just like ugh.
Yeah. 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 Definitely not an easy day, man. There was some good moves. Like if you were watching the right stocks, the AMD and some other ones, they were great. But yeah, it was not an easy day. All right,
It was
friends,
a
we will
challenge.
leave you with the one and only Thor. John, thanks for covering. Well, John's gonna be around for a couple of days as we covers for Peter, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. We'll leave you with Thor. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Thanks, folks.
Take care. Good to see everybody. So glad to see you all. I did want to I actually need to start off by apologizing to everybody because I forgot to give away a free hour of mentoring with me last week and nobody reminded me in the chat room. So I'm not very happy about that. So at the end of this session today, we will fulfill that obligation. That way, Carlos gets a little bit of downtime to do a couple of things, and I get a couple, and then I get to make everybody stick around for the whole show. But at the end of this
Nice,
day,
nice.
I'm
I
going to
like
do a
it.
drawing for thank you, sir. At the end of this show, likes, thumbs ups, and Thor emojis. I'm going to do a drawing for a free hour of mentoring, and that drawing is going to be incentivized towards our Lambos and garbage trucks members. So please, I'm not saying only, but they're going to get the bump. So, that's how they do for paying for buying a coffee, for not buying one coffee a month in order to support the initiative. We are going to do that. So the lesson today that I'm really going to talk to you about is called the lesson of doing nothing. So I have no trades. I have no trade setups, and I do not see on the horizon anything that likely will become a setup for me. Like there's good things about my system and bad things. Both of them are going to exist simultaneously here. One of the good things is when my system kind of says, "Hey, it's not working." It's very, very clear. But the problem is, if it's not working, there's not much I can do otherwise, right? That's a big issue, right? So now what many traders, hey, out there in X, Ben, Uncle Trades, good to see y'all today. One of the things that we will do naturally as traders, and this is kind of what I want to talk about. Has anybody in here ever heard the term whittle and know what whittling is? If you're Southern from the country like I am, you most likely know. Many others on interesting story. I actually have a crescent shaped slice on my thumb here, and that was actually from whittling gone wrong. It can happen. So for those of you who do not know, whittling is when you shape a piece of wood using a knife or other instrument, right? And you change it into like, something cool, like a totem, or, you turn it into like, you make it maybe like a little duck, or, you'll go in there and you kind of create cool things with them. And then, and it's really, really fun thing to do, especially if you grow up in a place where there's no TV like I did. You ever see that with your kids? Sorry, just an ADHD moment. You ever have your kids just like complaining these days? Like they're just like, oh, I'm so bored. And they've got like a PlayStation, a freaking like Carlos, do you get that like a PlayStation, a freaking like computer? They've got like iPads. They've got all that. When I was a kid, we had a stick and they said, make it look like not a stick. Like this is all you're gonna get for fun, or like go digging some wood or something, dig in the ground, like find some. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry. It just slays me. Like my son right now, who is 14 years old. I love this child so much with all of my heart and soul. But the kid's like, Dad, I'm so bored. And I look in his room and I'm like, what on earth is going on right now? You know, like how can you be bored? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Caught tadpoles with your hands. You collect them in the little thing and watch them turn. Hey, Infinity. That was good though, right? Because that's like a week's worth of entertainment, right? Because you caught them, and now you can just put a little junk algae in there and stuff and collect some like insect larvae and throw that in there and now you can watch tadpoles turn into real frogs, right? But talk about like delayed process right now. You know what I mean? So anyway, so I used to whittle. And so why I'm going down this road is because as a trader, when you have trades that don't fit that day, your natural instinct is to start whittling, right? When you should not, right? Because one of the inherent issues, what does everyone know here about whittling? What happens once you whittle a piece of wood? Well, it's a very obvious answer. it's no longer that same piece of wood, right? So every time you take a slice off as you're trying to create this thing, you make a picture in your head. I'm going to try and turn this into like a little totem, for instance, which is what I really liked. I like doing little like totem poles, basically, like little totems. Every time you take a slice, it has to be intentful, because if you gouge too far, make too big of an issue, it's ruined, right? You have to start completely over. And that happens so often with our traders and with our traders' systems, right? You have a system defined in place. If nothing's lining up, you just shouldn't trade, right? Because if you do trade, there are two issues. One, let's say you lose. That's actually the best thing that could happen to you because it reinforces. But let's say you win. Now you're whittling away your strategy, right? Behavioral slippage is real, right? The trades that you take today are not about today, they're about tomorrow, right? Every single time you violate a behavior or you do the wrong thing, you leave now open not only the possibility, but the most likely reality that you will continue to whittle away at your strategy, right? And every single time you make a small adjustment, even with the best of intentions, that adjustment will ultimately change what has happened, right? And it will really likely never be the same again, right? So for instance, why I never lose more than 1 R on any trade that I take, however that R is defined. That is because this allows me, right, to control the whittling process, right? If I say, oh, I'm going to move my stop here this time, well, how about next time? Now, why don't I just bag hold? You know what I mean? It goes that fast. And if you've ever noticed that you've had a really big meltdown day, what I'd like you to do, rather than looking at the day you melted down, little homework assignment, right before you look at the day you melted down, I'd actually like you to look at the 2 days that preceded that day. Because your meltdown was not because of that day, most likely. It was most likely actually behaviors that you were setting up for a day or two before. This is what I find with my mentees all the time, right? That 2 days ago or 3 days ago, you modified a little bit because the market wasn't just quite what you were looking for. Then the next day, you missed a trade or missed something because your new modified method didn't work. And then the day after that, you then go crazy because you're structurally broken. You didn't do the thing you're supposed to do. You modified it and got result. Then you tried the modified version, it didn't work. And if you would have stayed the same, it just would have been fine. The next day you come back in not really knowing what to do with either, right? So you whittled that piece of wood away, and then when you came back, it wasn't the same piece of wood anymore, right? And this is very, very important in your trading. Trading is a behavioral job. It more so than technicals, so more than anything else you're ever going to learn on stock trading. Stock trading is a performance sport. And any deviation in that performance sets you up for long-term issue. It's not about today, it's about tomorrow. So one of the things you'll notice, I often talk about like certain market gurus that are out there that post massive winnings, right? Or massive losses. They'll post these massive losses. And then anytime you see like their daily trades, you'll notice they're winning 5,000, 6,000, 5,000, 10,000, and then $200,000 loss. What you have to realize is they're not being transparent at all, right? People go, oh, I appreciate them because they're being transparent. No, they're showing you their losses. What they're not being transparent about is their system and their winnings, right? Because the way they're winning must be poor, because if not, their losses wouldn't be so big, right? What the losses show you is the misbehavior when they're winning, right? The results are the results, these are the results of actions. They're not spontaneous. You don't just spontaneously have a really horrible red day. That red day has been growing, building, and coming for days, weeks, or months, right? You'll see this peak capital and the funded trading accounts and bear bull traders especially are a beautiful magnifying glass into this behavior. I cannot tell you how many people that I've seen now. I mean, maybe 6 or 7 different instances just in the past, like maybe like 6 months, where you've seen one of the top performers in the funded accounts suddenly wipe out all in 1 or 2 days. And the natural inclination is for you to say, wow, man, they must have gone on tilt those 2 days and really had a bad thing. No, 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 no. That's not what happened. They just found that moment, right? That moment that had been building due to bad behavior. There was already bag holding. There was already averaging down. But the market is very forgiving until it isn't. Right? That's why so many of you and us will have the issue of having small wins for days or even weeks at a time to then only in 1 or 2 days give it all back. It's because in that process of making the money, you were making money while making lots of bad behaviors. Right? So if you have a really bad day, don't focus on that day. Pro tip, if you really have a bad day, don't focus on the bad day. Focus on the 2 to 3 days that predicated that day. What had you been doing that set you up for such a big day? Because that's where you're going to find your salvation, right? It's not going to be, you're not going to actually find it in the day you lost all the money. You're going to find it in the days before. The behaviors that led you to violating your system that was working, right? Or was it really working? Maybe it wasn't working all along. Maybe because of your bad behavior, you were just getting lucky. And that happens in the market all the time. You get lucky over and over and over again. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect all day, right? False competency, right? You feel like you've got it figured out. You feel like you know you're doing it because you're making money and you're basing your efficacy on P&L, not on performance, right? So as long as your P&L is going up, you assume that you're doing well. But then all of a sudden you lose a crap load of money. And that's because you can't make that assumption. You can do well in the market completely by accident. It doesn't mean you're learning, right? You have to be able to, if you go through long periods of time with no exaggerated drawdowns, now we know you're doing something right. Right? I blew up and bag held my funded account as opposed to respecting my typical risk and real account. David, thank you for the transparency there and being honest about that. David, I'm with El Patron here, right? That is absolutely a shared experience, right? We've all done this, right? We've all had these, we've all come in and to watch that. And then in hindsight, though, you go, oh my God, like I said, I don't bag hold. Right? But why did you do that? So let me ask you, you blew up and bag held your funded account as opposed to respecting my typical risks, like my real account. So David, question. The day or two before the bag hold, how was your behavior on those days? Did you maybe did you do a couple of bag holds maybe the day or two before? That then gave you the confidence to bag hold the time it didn't work? Because this is more often my experience here, right? It's actually not the kill day that did it. But you'll notice if you go back, it was good, but wasn't happy hotkey. Yeah. So this is like where I would kind of look, right? Is go back and, look at that. So hotkey ruined your experience. Right. Okay. So when you use the hotkey, when it misperformed, I'm here for you, Eric. So the hotkey misperformed, and when the hotkey misperformed, this triggered you, right? David, is this the first time you've had a hotkey do something like that? Because that's the other thing that can happen. Like a lot of the times what I notice is when these technical errors happen, we get very frustrated very quickly, and then it takes us out of the game. Right? So I had this happen on I want to say it was last Wednesday. Right? We had like on Wednesday, one of the brokers stopped functioning. And it's the broker I use for my leader account on my copy trader. right? So when that happened and it stopped working, I knew I wasn't going to be able to trade that day, and I was actually quite annoyed, right? Because it was a decent setup day, right? It was a decent setup day. So I got frustrated, but I made a decision because of the technical errors. I'm just not going to do this. Right. So I went ahead and called it a day. In hindsight, when I looked at that day at the end of the day, if I had tried trading that day, I would have lost money. Yeah, it was a bad day. If I'd have taken trades on that, I would have gotten stopped on both of the trades that I thought looked okay. And they weren't ideal. So if I tried to push myself on those, I would have lost. Right. So this is kind of one of those moments where, by staying not triggered by that, I actually helped myself quite a bit. Um, Hotkeys gamify trading, and that is bad. Trading should be a business. Days, I'm gonna grant you that maybe like can we like I don't want to necessarily I don't like using I don't like using definitive words here, right? So I would rather, can we augment that days to say hotkeys can gamify trading, and that is bad? Trading should be a business, not fun, right? Because hotkeys allow for very precise risk management, right? So that is a very good use of them. But I do agree with you. I do agree with you, right? So I'm not going to disagree. I just want to augment. I do believe that hotkeys can gamify trading, right? Like it is something to pay attention to, right? But for tight risk management, like I've been using hotkeys for probably 6 years or so, right? So, but I agree with you, right? Like it's one of those things where I'm saying I use them, but I also agree with you, right? Like for me, hotkeys do not gamify trading in any way. But because I am a pro and I know how to use the hotkeys, right? But I think especially for a new trader, being able to get in and out of the market super, super fast, right? And get in and get out and get in and get out, get in. It certainly can gamify trading. That's 1000% I agree on, right? I definitely agree with you there. So yeah, oh Yeoman, literally right with you there. It is a double-edged sword, right? Because it gets you in fast, but it gets you out fast. Like Days, if you're following me fairly often, I'm a one in, one out, hold all day kind of person, right? So I don't, it's like that. Um, a week or two, Andrew said he treats trading like playing a video game. Okay. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna find a positive spin on that statement. If it's we're assuming it's a real statement, which it does sound like something Andrew would be capable of saying. Um, I want to say that I would imagine that when Andrew says that in context, I would have an imagine he was probably talking about the mental approach. Like one of the things that's really important for a trader, I have imagined this was a psychology statement. And what I mean is for a lot of traders, what's very, very important, especially for high leverage traders like Andrew, it's about detaching from the outcome. You know what I mean? So when I would imagine when Andrew says that, what he means is he detaches from the outcome in a similar to way that you would if you were just playing a video game. So he's not trying to give it the weight because man, imagine you lose 20 or $30,000 in front of a whole bunch of people on YouTube. There's what we call a soul tax to that, right? There's a lot of soul tax to that. So I think, probably more that, right? So yeah, exactly. But it's true with his performance coach. Yeah, exactly, coach. Uh, sorry. Yeah. So it just helps you. You don't focus on the money, but the P&L's on the screen. Why wasn't Apple a trade today? Yeah. Well, Apple was a potential trending long today. but I wouldn't have taken it. And the reason I wouldn't have taken it is because of the ATR high. Right? Having the ATR high inside of R4 makes this a horrible trade to go long on. Right? Like we've already moved the entire calculated range, and even worse than that, it's the ATR low is now at the low end of the trade. So we've completely made our new range. So there's very little expectation. And on top of that, Apple right now, right, is just under a very well established hold on, let me move this. Right? We're under a quite well established downtrend right now. Right. So you would be talking about with no ATR to the top side, claiming a very obvious downtrend and then buying it. Today's probably just not that day. I would say if that's going to happen, it's probably just going to be a different day. Like maybe tomorrow, maybe we close out this range. Tomorrow we open more narrow and then claim it and break. I think that could be a thing. Right. I think that. So Brian, this Brian's statement is the understatement of all statements. Okay? Brian says here, every trader loses trades. I would like to augment that, Brian, to saying that if you are a profitable trader, you likely lose as much, if not more often, than you win. There is a very, very big issue in trading and within the culture of retail trading where we associate being green every day with making money. And I will tell you this from my lived experience here. And, if any of my mentees, like I know Syed's here, he'll back me here, but any of my mentees that are in here with me, they will back me up on this, right? Because it is a fact. I went over a 1 year period of time, almost a full year and a half, without having a single red day. So it is possible to not lose trades for a very long time. Now, full disclosure, it was the least amount of money I've ever made. The only way you can win that much is by being not willing to lose, right? Which means every time the price moves in your direction, you're instantly at break even, you're instantly taking profit, you're instantly getting out of positions, and you will enjoy what it feels like to make 1R to maybe 1.5R on average for the rest of your life. Right? It's just not a thing. Right. And that was with insanely good rule following, Eric. You know what I mean? Like it was a full system. It was everything. My partial league strategy. I had a profiting matrix. I rarely had an 8. I think I had like 1 6R day, 1 8R day, like my whole trading career. This year, on average, I'm sure I lost more trades than I won. But I made more money last month than I made in my first 6 years of trading. 5 years, 6 years of trading. I only took 16 trades last month. I did have a fairly high hit rate, though, for the record. I only lost 3 out of those 6. But my average R across the board was double digits. Right. My average R across the board was a double digits, right? So I mean, I had an insanely profitable month. I barely traded. Most money I've ever made on the least number of trades, just holding for targets. The ones I lost were beautiful, exactly how they should have been lost, and the ones that I won were beautiful. But because I was less paper-handed, I didn't get knocked out of positions I normally would have been knocked out of, right? Because I just let them lose. And that was my whole thing. Anyone listen to Mel Robbins, the let them thing? This is my trading style. It's called let it, right? Because I'm not creative, so I just rip off Mel Robbins, right? It's called let it. right? I let my trades do whatever it is that they are going to do. Once I'm in them, the result of that is out of my hands, right? I'm going to either let it be a winner or I'm going to let it be a loser, right? Anything in between, it just doesn't matter. As long as my entry is good, then that's all I really care about, right? If my entry is early, if my entry is late, if I don't follow my rules, if I get out of a position early, these are the things that upset me in my trades. I would rather just lose. And I got there because what I noticed is as I was making 1R and 2R for over a year, I kept seeing these positions that would run all day without me. And then my mentality changed. You know what? All I got to do is hit one of those. I could lose dozens of trades. And as long as I hit one of those, I'll hit. And ironically, once I gave myself that permission, I started losing less trades. Right? So, in order to be a winner in trading, you need to be a good loser, not a good loser, the best loser. Right? Biggest loser wins. Right? And in trading, for anyone who has maybe gone through your life being a little bit of a loser, maybe you weren't the most popular guy in school, right? Maybe you didn't land the big job out of college. Maybe you busted your ass and struggled really hard, and what you've learned is how to get up when you're down. Resiliency is a skill that the stock market rewards, right? Indifference is a skill set that the market rewards. Knowing that you are going to do the things you're going to do, these are the things that the market rewards, right? So, I mean, that's just saying. You know what I mean? All right. That was a pretty solid soapbox. I'll take it. My settings, I use Thor mode on my settings. One of the greatest things about having my indicator set on TradingView is that I actually have it's actually in the settings. So if you have my version, you can just go here and just select me. Anytime I update the settings, we put in a new version of Thor mode. So anytime you're using Thor mode, you'll know that you have my mode, the best version. Um, uh, Casey Bop. I know you're botting right now, so I'm gonna spam you. What should misinformation, suicide or self-injury, harassment or bullying, promotes terrorism, hate speech, child abuse, sexually explicit material, or unwanted commercial content or spam? I think we're going to put this under hate speech and violence. I'm just kidding. Unwanted spam. That is the 80-20 rule to a T. I like that, Days. Good stuff. So like today, no trades. It's so frustrating, and that's why we're talking about this. But today is a day I would lose money. You know what I mean? Like this, try to go long here. Yeah, it doesn't fit ATR. Dead, right? So it works. How would you change your profit stop loss approach based on market sentiment? It feels much choppier. Yeah, I love choppy H star. So that's the thing. I'm a range trader, right? So I like it when we range. Right. So for me, depending on what the ticker is, I'm going to play it based upon, like right now, AMD. What's AMD up to right now? Well, that's easy. It's testing its downtrend. Uh-oh. Look, it's testing its downtrend. So we're up here. You can see, look. So this is how I kind of pick my trends. So you can see here, look, wick, 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 right? Lots of interactions here. So I don't like this one. It's too tall for now. I'll go to that later, maybe, but not for now, no. I like these, right? So you can see, look where we're offering right into it right here, right? So look at the interaction. We went a little bit above it, sold under it, over it, sold under it. I mean, we're getting chopped up here. No trade for me on this at all, by the way. So for me, H star, I play the market that is happening. So my system, right, has Hold on, let me show you. I need to redo this. But my system has a contingency for every type of market condition. Right? This is basically what the CAM system more or less looks like, right? Visually. So play A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, right? They're all right here. So some of my plays are designed for breakouts. Some of my plays are for extreme reversals, right? Some of them are for trending breakouts. Some of them are for buy the dips. Some of them are for overbought sells, right? Where we end up gap down, right? Depending on higher or lower range, we have preferred ways we want to play these, right? But basically, my system, right? A complete day trading system brought to you by Thor Young, right? My complete day trading system. The reason why it's called a complete day trading system, right, is first of all is I'm not telling you to build your own trading system or to make your own trade book or even to do that. I'm telling you I've got a system right here that works. I mean I've got hundreds of traders that are using this system right now. Actually, I think currently we are at almost 160 or 170 people that I know are actively providing data towards the usage of this system right now. Right. So I'm talking about, and then there's obviously everyone who's not a subscriber to my indicators. Right. So we've got lots of people that are utilizing the system. They're doing, I mean, we're crushing and we're having a lot of fun. I actually was talking to a lot of my mentees this morning. One of the things I was so proud of was that I felt like this last week's market was pretty, sorry for the French, shitty, right? And I told them, it was a shitty market, but we traded the shit out of it. You know what I mean? We had a really strong performance, as a community, and I was really, really excited about that. So what is the best way to find a put to sell? JD Power, sorry, buddy. I have no freaking idea. Whatever you just said there, I would say on volume would likely be my answer because that's my answer for everything. But I have no idea. If you ever have an opportunity in Bearable Traders to talk with Jared, he's a really great person for options and options mentoring. So that would be very good. Indicators, yes. I just realized I was on live top chat, not live chat, so I wasn't seeing a lot. So if you're interested in them, there's two ways. One, most of them have a free version through TradingView, but it lacks my settings and the calls. If you want the premium version, you can either go to my Instagram at ThorYoungMA, link there, or you could go to my mentoring website, which is marketalchemist.org. That is where my indicators home is. It's also so with my indicators, I have a dedicated developer. His name is Bruz, and he is a doctor of Dr. Bruz, and he is an amazing coder. So he's constantly maintaining these. Every time we have an update or something that's fixed, he's working on it, and he actually maintains our access indicators. So when you get them, you have him, and he'll answer any question you have. And then also my mentoring goes through that site as well, which I do with Dr. Vanessa Charland. So Dr. Vanessa and I have combined our mentoring services into one, and that is Market Alchemists. You can get the bulk of it right here, www.marketalchemists.org. So right there is the main way to get to me. Or again, just you can see at ThorYoungMA. That is my handle everywhere. So at least right now, except for X. On X, I'm just at ThorYoung. So yeah, let's look at Amazon. Look at Amazon today. Look at how well the trends work today. Like Amazon again, look at this downtrend we were in on Amazon. Amazon bought its trend today. Look at that. So we look at the aggressive buy, we then sold, went through, and then look at the buy off of it. Bam. Like if you're gonna do a high a day break, by the way, like this one was a nice one. Look at that. Actually, boom, never looked back. John, Amazon, man. This should have been your jam right here. Especially with the trend reclaim here. Look at that buy right there. Kabam. This one has John H written all over it. Yeah, Shiki, the big reason why that's an issue, no R3 short on a narrow range. So that's not a play. So if you're using my system, you never would have gotten a call there. We don't short R3 on lower narrow ranges. The reason being is there's too much buying at the CP, and you don't have enough distance between R3 and the CP to hope for a move. You're going to find buyers here. Like it's just, yeah, if this was a wide range, it would have been applicable. So when it comes to my system, right, the thing I kind of want you to kind of pay attention to here, right, is that let me show you. Where did my bar go? There you are. I lost my bar. So look here. So narrow, right? Narrow means outside. So if you're gonna play narrow ranges, you want to play plays that go away from the middle, not back to the middle, right? Because it's a narrow range, we expect to close away from previous day's close, right? If it's a wide range, then it's the exact opposite, right? On wide ranges, we play back to the middle, right? So like for instance, let me see if I can find a wide range ticker for you. We were on very narrow ranges today, so there's not going to be many. Maybe I think gold was on a wide range. Yeah, look at gold. Lower wide range. Look where we are. See how we're just chopping around the central pivot, right around the middle. Central pivot on futures is like previous day's close, right? So, or it is previous day's close. So you can see here, look how we're just bound. Look, we start away and we come back to the middle, right? Away, back to the middle, right? You don't really want to go away because it's going to come back to the middle, right? So on wide ranges, we anchor to the middle. On narrow, we're going to anchor to the edges, right? We're going to go out, ideally, right? So like today, for instance, what's going on with ES and NQ? ES and NQ are in lower narrow ranges, and they open in a buying range, right? So they've been squeezed. This is a horrible day to trade the indexes. I would not have touched the indexes today, which I haven't touched the index today. If you want the premium one, marketalchemist.org, you'll find them there. Or again, my Instagram, @ThorYoungMA on IG, will get you the links. SNDK. Let's look. ScanDisk or SanDisk, I always forget it. It's a NASDAQ listed ticker. All right, it spreads very wide on this one. All right, so first thing on SanDisk, right out of the gate, all right, concerns. SanDisk, it's SanDisk. There's no C. SanDisk. Blah. Come on now. On SanDisk, one thing that immediately bothers me, right, is that SanDisk has an incredibly wide spread, right? So that means risk management is going to be a little bit difficult. Because of its spread, I'm going to go ahead and bump this thing to look at it in 50 levels. Because it's such a wide spread, the only way you're going to get a good book read on it is to widen it, right, to account for the spread. Right, so now that we're looking at this, to the room right now, for all of my order book readers in here, would you short that order book? Thank you. I just wanted to show everybody like who isn't maybe a regular here, right? What we're working with, right? So see how many people in the chat room immediately know, just based upon book structure, that it could be a short here potentially, but it's not the direction we're going to go. Because the order book has more orders distributed to the top side, the generalized assumption here is that we are incentivized to go higher. So we are going to be accumulating, right? So now we can go down to accumulate. So it doesn't mean we can't go down, but if we go down, it will squeeze and go higher afterwards, right? So we go up, we go down, and then it squeezes up. We'll go down, it squeezes up. It'll go down, we'll go up, right? So because we're looking at an order book here that has structure to the top side, we would only want to go long into this structure. So now, based upon where the chart is located, is this a good place to go long? The book can change, and we'll evaluate this if and when that occurs. That's true, right? But right now, this book is very definitive. It is very bullish, right? So would you go long on this trade? No, right? Because there's no top side, right? So we don't have any range to the top side, and we're in a selling range on a wide range, right? So it is likely that we can come back inside potentially, but look where our ATR low is. It's all the way up here, right? So there's no reason why we should expect this to revert. So you mentioned mean reversion, possible, but more likely value establishment. So what's going to happen is we're going to buy on SanDisk here, buy. We're going to work a big order that's sitting on top of R4, and we close somewhere right here, maybe come back to ATR low, right? But that's a long ways away. I think what happens is we drop down to R4, we hold up again, and then we go back to ATH. Like we haven't even hit ATH yet. And I think they will likely buy ATH at some point. But we'll see. But I certainly wouldn't short against this kind of order structure. Too likely to get squeezed. I do like how we deviated when we tried to buy there. We're definitely having trouble finding buyers up here. Let's look longer time frame. Oh yeah, look where we are right now. Look at what happened last time we were here. Look at this spot right here. That's our all-time high. Right? Now watch. Mid-level on this big boy candle right here is going to be right about there. Right? You can see how you can see that here's our buy. We then offered premium and sold all the way back through it and then bought its value, chopped its value. Now we're back up to offer premium again. But look at the volume as we're going into premium. Look, big with a topside wick. Now a larger engulfing bar on less volume than the big wicked. And now a fairly empty red candle, so no selling yet, but then an incredibly empty buying candle, and now we're offering that premium. Right? So for me, like this is going to be a very hard fought battle to buy, right? Because last time we tried to buy through here, it did not happen very well. This was a really, we had a really lovely sell from here. Look, we called a sell on it Friday, and it looks like a good one. Oof. Might need to leave SanDisk on. Learn how to pronounce it and everything. It's because I use the basic calculation. So the basic calculation uses whatever the high is, and it measures the ATR downwards and draws. So from where the high is right now, the lowest we should be able to go would be probably around here, but we have to recognize because of the crossing that we're having a deviation today, right? So the ATR algos are not going to be playing hardball today because we're already outside of them. So basically, like if you went short though, I wouldn't expect to get much lower than this. I mean, I wouldn't play it short. For me, this is a long, right? The order book for me is a long. Look at this order book, right? So I think we're gonna have to go up and at least transact 670, and then maybe we can go back to 650. But right now, our structure is solid enough that I think we could get to 675 even before we encounter a significant issue. Microsoft, let's look. Lower narrow. So this would be a trending breakdown on so narrow range play S4 to S6. We are selling. So I love this for a short right now. So look right here. So see on the buying and selling detector, we started off with selling, we then offered the high, and look how our volume stayed selling while we offered the high. So this was a really nice spot here for potential short because we stayed selling. And then when we tried to entice buying off of S3, no dice, and then we sold. So this looks like a pretty convincing short right now. Yeah, I'm into it. Let's go a little bit larger time frame. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, we're melting. This is great. This is a great one for a short. So look here, we had the big sell, right? Look at that volume right there. I think that was earnings or something, right? We then pull back and then boom. I mean, this looks very distributionary. Lovely. Let's look at its book. Hello. Look at 420. Do we not have? There you are. So look at the institutional book. How's that look? Coming for you, Casey Bop. I just complained to Daddy about you. Your days are numbered. So look at the order book here on Microsoft. I mean, so it's not just the large bearish orders, but it's the structure as well. I mean, just look up here. We're leaned out on the book to the top side. We have big orders to the downside and a lot of structure to get to them. So Microsoft looks like it wants to sell off, right? It looks distributionary, right? So bye you go. Smell you later. Thank you, sir. So this one's fun. All right, so it's 10 till, and I said I would, and I'm gonna. So let's just go with hashtag Thor. So if any of you have enjoyed today's session and you'd like the opportunity to have a free mentoring session with me, please go ahead and do hashtag Thor. What'll happen here is once you win, send an email to thor@bearbulltraders.com. I will send you a promo code that will let you go to my calendar and book within whatever fits for you. I'll let you, you'll be able to pick it. And then come by and mentor with me. The only thing that I ask is afterwards you come back to YouTube and tell everybody how much fun we had. So I'll give you a couple of minutes here just to really spin this thing up. Carlos always has like a certain number he's looking for. I think we've got like, maybe like, 40 something people now. Maybe we can get a few more, but anyone who's interested in hanging out with me and doing some mentoring, #Thor, and we will have a party. Now for this session, we can do anything you want. Like I can wash dishes for you. I can help you with your laundry, or we can just talk about trading. I mean, whatever you're doing. You ever see that meme, Carlos, where they're like, she's like, I'll do anything you want for $50. And then it zoom pans to her like cleaning the fucking floor or something.
Yeah. Or the one where the guy pulls over and he's like, I want you to let me win an argument. He's like, I'll let you win an argument. That couple is funny, man.
They like negotiate it. They're like negotiating. He's like, but I want to win the argument. She's like, okay, that'll be $200.
It's like, and I won't talk back. Oh, that's extra. Like, it's hilarious, man.
Oh my God, that was so good. I like reels for me and stuff like that are just like it's the real comedy of today. Like I feel like that's where it all went. Like, and these people are so creative. Like I follow so many different people who do that, and it just makes me so happy. Like, thank God for these people.
What I enjoy, man. I gotta agree. Creativity is awesome. Like to actually think about that, like, and put it in that way is amazing.
I like the one now that has the guy who it's like when your take profit hits and then it shows the person going and they do like the little phase and it like melts away like to the dance scene that everyone's doing. Oh my God, it's so funny. Oh man. All right, so #Thor. How many do we have? Well, we're 77. That's a pretty good number. All right, we'll go for like 2 more minutes.
We're ready.
And then or maybe less. We'll see. Because I think we're about oh no, we got another one. See, we're getting there.
And just a reminder, this is for everybody. So even if you're not Lambos and Garbage Truck member, hit #Thor. You still get a ticket in, and just Lambos and Garbage Truck are going to have a little bit more.
We give them the bump.
Yeah,
if you're the Lambo, it's like you get 1 ticket, they get like 2 or 3 tickets, or maybe 20 tickets. We're not really sure, but it's a lot of tickets because we're not saying Lambos and Garbage Trucks people are better than everybody else. But I didn't not say that either. So I mean, I'll just leave it to you guys to kind of figure that out. But they can use Thor emojis.
Thank you for the support. That's what it is.
So all right, but no Thor emojis right now. All right, let's do this. So we have plenty of entries in here. So we are going to do this and find out who our lucky winner is of 1 free session with yours truly, me, and then we'll talk about New York afterwards.
All right, here it is, friends. 3, 2, 1, and our winner is Trader Hub -12. Congratulations,
Trader Hub -12. Yeah, so excited. So looking forward to working with you. Please, again, email me, thor@bearbulltraders.com. I will send you a promo code so you can go on my calendar and book a 1-hour session with me. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait to hang out with you. And then for everyone else who didn't get to do that, I also wanted to mention that this week on Friday, I am going to be in New York. So I'm doing a little work in the morning. So we'll be a little bit busy. But so I was thinking about maybe the afternoon to evening. I was hoping to maybe see if we could find a spot to like hang out. So anyone who is near New York or feels like coming to New York or is in New York is going to be more than welcome to do that. I will put out more information about that. Just keep an eye on my socials, please, on X and on Instagram. If you want mentoring with me, just go to marketalchemist.org. My link is right there for my calendar. You can just go right on there. If there's an open slot, you can book it. The pricing's all right there. You can work with me. You can work with my partner, Dr. V. You can also work, and then we have a small mentoring community if you're looking for something like that. Otherwise, both of us, especially myself, super active in Bear Bull Traders. That's where most of my learning material is, for instance. As well as Peak Capital, where I live trade 3 times a week in the mornings. So you can do that. So just come by and check out alchemist.org. So or at Thor Young on IG. Fun, man. Thank you, everybody else. You make my day when you sign up for the mentoring giveaway. Because it would be horrible, Carlos, is if I was like, hey, 1 free hour of mentoring, and it's like 2 people.
2 people.
Like 2 people. And I just be like, congratulations to the lucky winner.
2 people, and maybe the third just did it because everybody else did, and they don't even know what they
They're
want.
like, this is awkward. Maybe we should do this so he doesn't feel bad. You guys make me so happy. All right, everybody. Well, I appreciate you all. We're going to go ahead and call it a day. So I hope you all have an amazing rest of your trading day. I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll have a little bit more action. But otherwise, we'll just hang here and chat. So if you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, we will see you in BBT, online, or otherwise. So much love, everybody. Many Carlos and Thor emojis for all of you. So much love. They're so much fun.